You got the bucket?
Hell yeah, I got the bucket. So it's like gold, bruh.
You got a big old bucket.
I got nothing. I'm just kidding.
Oh, do that to me.
I got something.
Yeah, you do.
Ty the Raider. Kevin the Raider nerd.
What's up, fellas? Hello, Paul.
I was going to say Paul in an English accent, but then it would just be Paul. So
Yeah.
Hooligan Nation. Josh Camonite, Raider Dad.
What's
hey,
up?
buddy?
Josh?
We need to get on a call with you, Raider Dad.
Yeah, we got stuff to talk about.
We got things. We got business to take care of.
Hey. Time for business.
There you go. Ron, the Mater Raider.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Kevin's in
Hey,
there.
Ron, you need to drive your ass down here to the fan cave, bro.
Come on, Swaggo, get him.
I'm telling you, man.
Ron, what
Scott
are you
Joe
waiting
Brands is
for?
about to drive down here. Y'all are basically neighbors.
I know you guys can commute together.
Hitch a ride.
Yeah.
Jump in his trunk.
Raider Truth Chicken. Cluck. Tony Shefford. All right, so here at Raiders Fan Radio, we've started a new tradition, haven't we, Murf?
Yeah.
So
Shots.
So shot. Everybody! So we do shots around here. So I found this pack today at the liquor store, and it is an amazing pack of the 99 brand. Shout out 99 brand.
Wow,
So we're
what's up,
gonna be.
99
It's just a
brand?
grab bag. We don't know what we're gonna get,
All right.
Michelle.
Oh my
Ladies
gosh.
first.
All right, here it goes.
Okay, you got
Michelle
yours.
over here.
I don't know which
You
one
got
I got.
yours. Which one'd you get?
Gosh.
Chocolate.
Oh, chocolate.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's
I don't
rough.
know
That's
about
rough.
that.
That might,
I think I lost.
That may or may not be as bad as the mystery flavor. Oh, I got the mystery flavor.
Ah, the mystery flavor. And Swag Jeff got root beer.
Oh my
Ooh.
gosh! We're
Yeah,
all
you
gonna
guys got the
nail
wrong end of
tonight.
this one.
Yikes, absolutely. All
Yeah.
right. So,
Yeah.
so salud, Raider Nation.
All right,
Let's
here we
get
go.
this thing
Let's
going.
do shots and then let's kick off this episode 315 of Raiders Fan Radio. All right, here we go.
Oh boy!
Oh boy. Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, mystery flavor. Oh gosh. Butterscotch.
Hey.
You
Oh.
lucky bastard!
I loved it. That was so good.
Oh.
All right, I gotta do mine.
Oh, okay. hold on. What'd you get, Jack? Oh, you got the root beer.
I got root beer.
Oh gosh. All right, here we go. Episode 315 of Raiders Fan Radio.
Oh, that was like a
not my-
heavily
not my
intoxicated
favorite.
Tootsie Roll.
I don't like it.
That was something.
Hey, it's Mike Garofalo, NFL Network here in the home office, and you are listening to the Raiders Fan Radio podcast, taking that lighter journey into the dark side with Murf, Swag Jeff, and Michelle. She's got great hair. It's a little pink, it's a little purple, whatever it is. I'll tell you what, if I could grow it, I would sign up for that color today. So listen to her and the entire crew as they give you all the information on the Raiders on the podcast that benefits the One Nation Foundation. It's a great cause. It's a great pod. Tune in, turn it up. Here it comes. All that Raiders info and takes coming at you right now.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murf's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Bolitnikov, a leaping pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby. Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio. Take it away, guys.
Why, thank you, Brent Musburger. What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murf back once again for what we trust will be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio. Episode number 315 of Raiders Fan Radio, coming to you live from Murf's Fan Cave, or what the kids, well, they don't call that the bonus room anymore, but it is the bonus room, but more importantly, it is Fan Cave 1.2, as we have redone the existing framework of the Fan Cave, and we'll be here for the next little bit before we move into Fan Cave 2.0, which should be loading, I'd imagine, the next year or so. But anyways, in the meantime, I appreciate all of those of you that are joining us tonight for Raiders Fan Radio on a bye week, so not a ton going on in terms of the Raiders, in terms of news, but definitely some things we are going to get to. We've got a lot of comments this week from Antonio Pierce, our favorite coach.
Sure.
And we're going to take a little bit of a look back. We're going to look back in an on this day because, y'all, there's been some cool Raider things that have happened on December 6th throughout this team's history. So we're going to take a little bit of a look back, which is something that we always love to do because, so there was this thing that actually, hang on, let me introduce my co-host first. And then I'm going to tell you about this thing that happened on Twitter today. So without further ado, let me turn it over to the man that adorns the Eastern Annex of the Murf Fan Cave desk. He is my best friend and yours. He is Swag Jeff.
It's Diamond and Profile.
What up, Swaggo?
Oh, man, I'm fired up to be here, man. It was a stress-free weekend.
Nice.
We can't lose.
We can't lose, man. And what happened? What happened? The Chiefs lost.
Yeah, they
You
did.
know, the Chargers. You know, they
come
won,
on, Patriots!
but,
You can't score a goddamn touchdown.
mean,
But it was nice to
worthless.
only see them score 6, right? You know, I mean,
That was
it's-
encouraging.
Yeah, I
It was
guess.
a good weekend to be a Raider fan, man. You know,
Yeah.
so we've
Chiefs
got
lost.
Denver lost, didn't they?
And Denver lost the
Yeah,
whole
they
division,
lost as
They
except
well.
for the
and-
Chargers.
Yeah. But they're tied with us now. So
They're
you
still
know,
losers, though. So
They are
there's
still
that.
losers. In fact.
Forever they will
Forever.
be.
But,
Forever
but
they
hey,
will be.
listen, but somebody in the national media is going to pick them to win it all in May.
Yeah, they will.
And that person will be an idiot because it happens for now, what are we, 23 years running that
Absolutely.
the Chargers are off-season favorites?
Yeah, and they're
Freaking
5.
moron.
What are they? 5-7? Which is that's
Same
what
record
we
as
are.
we are.
But
Yeah.
okay, you know, yeah, they're not going to the Super Bowl
They're
this year,
not.
guys.
Sorry,
It's
guys.
okay.
It's
It's
okay.
okay. But hey, but more importantly, Murph.
Yes,
so,
please.
So we don't do the show alone.
Hell no.
And thank goodness for that, man.
Right?
So adorning my left over here, the southern annex of the eastern annex of the Murf Fan Cave 1.2 desk. Please welcome in our best friend and yours, Michelle Sway.
Hey, Michelle.
Also, too, I don't know if you guys said this or not, but that's the second shot that we've done tonight. So I just want to,
Oh,
if we
yeah.
end up off the rails
99.
early,
What?
it's because
We're at 198
whatever
right
that
now.
is. Because I was gonna try to do
We
the
don't like
and I
math,
was
but we
I
like
don't
numbers.
know that,
Holy
but
cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much
So-
to drink up to 315?
So,
I don't know.
Hey.
so
Yikes.
when I start reading these emails and I'm on the floor over here, then you'll understand what's going on.
We appreciate.
Also, that chocolate was gross.
Oh,
so
was it bad?
good night.
I probably
It was
would have traded
gross.
with you.
Yeah,
I had the root beer.
I don't know.
both of
I
those
feel like
sound
those
terrible.
both sound
Those are
equally
like-
They were the
Yeah.
worst too.
disgusting.
So the rest of the pack should be
We're
pretty
good to go. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm telling
Just
you,
get that bad shit out of the way
mystery
first.
flavor was
You
fire.
got butterscotch, so that's
You
two
got
in a
butter-
row.
There's 2 butterscotch.
You
in
got
there.
You need to play the lottery.
because you went butterscotch first.
Yeah, you
man,
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
I'm
bro.
strong, dude. I'm
Nice.
telling you.
You bastard.
That's
That's why it's
nice.
Murf's Fan Cave.
Wow, there was
99
a little bit
new.
of venom behind
There was
that.
a little
99
bit
new.
of venom.
Why you got to be hostile? Sway?
I don't know.
Podcast
There was
Dad
only.
deserves that.
I guess so. Well, there was only one. There was only one butterscotch in there and the mystery flavor.
And you got
But,
both.
you know,
Damn it, I wanted to try it.
the butterscotch, but they'll probably be. You'll get one next week.
Yeah.
And there's not another one in the
Which
pack.
is funny because I can't have this kind of luck at a crap table. But damn it, when it comes to pulling 99s out of a bucket,
Oh,
I-
you have-
I'm going
you
to
have
throw
the
a black
luck where you don't
licorice in
walk
there
away.
for one of y'all to pull. Yeah. I don't know if they do that.
No,
but
that's
that
terrible.
sounds
T Hum
disgusting.
says if you do a third shot, it'll be called butterscotch.
That's true. That's true.
All right, so appreciate. So speaking of T-Hum, so many amazing folks in our chat room tonight, and we appreciate each and every one of you. T3 Sports Guy is in there. Vibrator is in there. Salvo is in there. Deep H2O is in there. Corey Fleck is in there. Paul Edgerton is in there. Adam Hill, the Raider Lorian is in there. Hooligan Nation is in there. Appreciate you, Hooligan. Appreciate Yoshi. And you know what, Yoshi? Shout out Yoshi and appreciate all the interaction and all the love you give us on Twitter, man. Twitter is kind of we kind of divvy up the social media around here, and Twitter's my thing, and so we appreciate you, Yoshi.
He is in those Twitter streets
all the time, man. All the time.
Yeah.
And appreciate, and he's got your RFR member thing. He's got a lot of stuff.
Shout out.
He really supports Raiders Fan Radio amazingly, and so thank you, Yoshi. We appreciate you. Also, Title Raider is in there. Ron the Mater is in there holding it. Ron the Mater Raider is in there holding it down. Tony Shefford is in there. Vibrator is in there. What's up, baby? Hey. What are you doing on Friday?
Storm's in there.
Storm's in there. Jay Jackson is in there. Appreciate Jay Jackson. So many of our good friends are in there. And so we appreciate you. If you could do us a favor, while you're in there, hit the like, hit the subscribe if you're new to the show in the YouTubes there, because that not only supports the show, but more importantly, helps us and supports our foundation, our nonprofit, which is the One Nation Foundation. And we give all the money away that we raise with this show, whether that's direct donations or whether that is through advertising opportunities. We give it away to Raiders-related charities. Max Crosby's foundation, the Bolitnikoffs we give to is our main benefactor. We're the benefactor of the, I don't know, whatever. We give them most of the money that we raise around here.
Yep.
We get the Bolitnikoffs, but also Raider Dad. Speaking of Raider Dad, speaking of Josh Kamenite that's in there, Raider Dad has become a new partner of ours as well as of this last year, and look forward to growing and going, beyond and doing bigger and better.
Absolutely. My wife just hopped in the chat, said, "Hi, Beaches."
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Hey, baby.
So appreciate all of those of you that are joining us there in the chat room. And if you're on the audio podcast, our audio, y'all, our audio has been. We talked about the Spotify thing this last week, and I see it. I look at our numbers each and every week, and we get new listeners, new countries. Obviously,
wow.
I mean, it's crazy. We're so thankful for where this thing is going on the audio version of the podcast. If you're not an audio subscriber, again, we just ask you the same thing. Hit a like, hit an automatic download, hit the subscribe, share it with a friend, anything that you can do to help us support Raiders Fan Radio. Again, it's not about helping the three of us. It's about, energizing the show in a way that generates advertising opportunities so we can earn money to give it to the foundation.
Yeah.
And we got the good folks at Manscaped have come on back with us again this week. And Manscaped,
they like what they saw.
They do.
You know what? Shout out and respect. Raider Nation coming through. Whenever we have these sponsors, like the folks at Manscaped, y'all, they were so thankful for the amount of momentum that was behind that. They re-upped with us, and Manscaped's going to be with us.
That promo code Murf, man, came in clutch, man. There were so many of you guys that used that promo code, and we'll get into that, and we'll get into our official ad and stuff like that. But respect to you guys, because, that's so cool, man. You used our code, and doing that, you get to shave your balls and you get to help the foundation, man.
Everybody's
come on,
happy.
man. It's a win-win.
Absolutely.
It's a win-win. Absolutely a win-win.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll get to that ad after contact info. But thank you for mobilizing under that. And so because of that, we got a significant donation to the One Nation Foundation from the good folks at Manscaped. All right. So without any further ado,
absolutely.
I'm going to turn it over to my best friend and yours on the Eastern Annex of the Murf Fan Cave desk and check in with Swag Jeff as he tells us something significant about the number 315, which is not only this episode number, but we always tie it into something significant within Raider Nation. And Swag Jeff,
100%.
What do we have tonight?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, you just sit over there and digest that double butterscotch.
God, you lucky bastard.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. So yeah.
I'm trying to swallow down this chocolate over here.
Michelle's getting all freaking
she's all butthurt over here.
I'm a little, give me the chicken.
Mad.
Just kidding.
Call me a bastard.
Jeez.
Like, you bastard.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm jealous. I am. I hope you get chocolate, but there's no more chocolate in there.
I'm telling you.
And your butterscotch.
I'm telling you. Michelle might whip your ass before the night's out.
Hide this freaking sheep skin over here.
She's got 198 proof in her belly right now. She ain't scared of nobody,
if that was
bro.
tequila, I might be.
Well, we did see her almost fight a Cowboys fan in the freaking at the casino with the Aria.
I'm telling you,
I
Michelle
isn't
afraid.
He would have bucked up. I wish he would have.
Well, but
he
like
backed
typical
down
Cowboys,
fast.
like a typical Cowboy fan.
That's right.
He
Michelle
did.
is all go. She ain't no
Run
show. You know
scared
what I mean?
like a bitch.
And shout out the Denning boys.
Shout
out
they
Animal
had my
Mother and
back.
CPA
but you know
Joel.
What though? What was so great about that? They stayed back. They were there. They were like they were there, but they
Yep.
were like, they're going to let me do what
They're
I did.
gonna let
Because I
you
was
do-
ready.
Yep.
I was ready to take.
She was
this
going to
space
throw
was
hands.
ready. I was ready to throw
as
hands.
the kids say, throw hands on sight.
First
Absolutely.
of all,
You were ready to
not
risk
have-
the moneymaker.
Yeah, that was a little bitty man, though. I would not have had a problem. He was a little guy. He was a little guy. And that's why he backed down so fast. Because he
That's
was
it.
like, she might
Yeah,
have,
you might
she
whip
might
my
have
shit,
some.
bruh.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, so like Murph said, so each and every week I take.
Wait, I love when Michelle gives the.
That's it. That's it. That's my favorite thing she does. So like Murph said, so each and every week I take a significant moment within Raider Nation, relate it back to the episode number, and this one's 315, and I gotta say, I got a press conference.
Oh,
You know?
okay.
I mean,
all right. I like it.
but you know what? But first of all, I want to say we're going back,
Oh, how far are you going back?
way back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
And it goes a little something like this.
hit it. Absolutely. Where's your freaking
And
soundbite?
Sony freaking tries to sue us every
I
time
thought
we
that
play
was
it.
the
Oh, for real?
soundbite. It sounded so
Yeah.
good.
No, thank
No.
you. Thank you, Michelle.
I love that soundbite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna
Yeah,
you're gonna get me reciting it from now on.
Respect
Damn it,
NWA.
son.
All right, hey, let's talk about the Raiders.
Okay, so I got a press conference. So so if you tuned in last week, there was a stat. There was a stat.
How far are you going, stat?
Way stat. So T-Hom decided, yeah, respect to T-Hom. You know, he's the assistant to the assistant to the assistant to the manager of the episode number.
Today, Junior.
Yeah, whatever he is, assistant times 10 or whatever he is. So he sends episode numbers, right? So
Yes, he does.
he sent a Derek Carr stat.
I know.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah, so we skipped it. We skipped
did.
it.
Yeah.
We talked,
I'm skipping cars
He
from
did
now
feel
on.
bad about
Instead, we
that.
talked
though.
about-
David's, Derek's,
All of them.
Rogers.
Yeah.
It doesn't
all of them.
matter.
I'm
Yeah.
skipping
It
cars.
doesn't
movie,
matter
cars, gone.
whether it
Cars 2. You're
Don't-
done.
nope,
yeah,
done.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you.
Ka-chow, don't say it.
That's the only car I like. It's the only car I like is friggin'
Lightning McQueen.
Owen Wilson,
There
Lightning
you go.
McQueen.
Still not allowed.
Yeah,
All right, cook-a-pow. All right,
yeah,
here we go.
yeah, exactly. But so
Jeez,
we
you
said
called it. We are off the goddamn rails.
I said it.
Super early. All right.
Oh, for sure.
Lock us in,
It's
Swag
okay.
Jeff.
Lock-
Lock us in.
bring us back.
absolutely. So T-Hum sent this stat. So whether it be
All right, say that again.
know,
I didn't catch it the first 9 times.
T-Hum sent a stat. And whether it be the red zone DC or the pity Super Bowl ring that David Carr got, we don't talk about the cars on this thing.
Oh my god.
We just don't talk about them. So so instead for episode 314,
Yes.
we talked about pie.
Yes,
I
of course,
love
as you should.
pie. Yeah.
Because instead of DC4, we're going to talk about 314.
Okay.
0.159
Like
or
that.
whatever it is. So we've received a press conference. So following
Okay, all right.
following his offering of the episode 314 tidbit to his boss, T-Hum received an urgent note requiring him to appear immediately. And I said immediately in Swag Jeff's office.
Oh.
It was there that he was hit with the reality that Derek Carr's stats have now been forbidden from the show notes. To go alongside Swag Jeff's other hated quarterback, Carson Palmer, on the Raiders shelf, those things will now gather dust. So hereafter, T-Hum simply will refer to passing yards accrued during a certain game and refrain from using the name of he who must not be named. Well, let's just call him Cardamort. Yeah. So in a further effort to protect his job as the assistant to the assistant to the assistant, T-Hum has offered a make culpa and dropped a nugget
That's
that
Latin.
took care.
Latin.
Absolutely, that took care of both
We know Latin.
314 and 315.
Okay.
Both.
Okay.
A double dip, and here it is. In 1967, if you want to go back, let's go back. 1967.
Ooh, that's way
March 14th and 15th. That would be 314 and 315.
Love it.
The AFL and the NFL had their first ever combined draft following the merger. From this draft, the Raiders selected future Hall of Famer and Raider legend number 63, if you need him, Gene
Let's go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the following day, a late round pick linebacker, Dwayne Benson. Hopefully, this due diligence will have been just enough to save T-Hom's job and prevent further meltdowns from the boss, Swaggy J. Hope everyone stays safe. Enjoy the bye week Raiders. That would be T-Hom and buddy.
Nice. Good job, T-Hom.
One more week, T-Hom.
You live to see another day, pal.
That's right.
You
All
live
right,
to
good
see
stuff.
another day. Respect T-Hom.
Good stuff. So thank you again for joining us for episode 315. Swaggo, let's hit some contact information, and then we're going to tell you about Manscaped.
Okay.
Sponsored by 99.
Bruh.
Woo! Woo! Hey, Raider Nation, you got your old Uncle Mosh here with an updated contact info. So sit up, zip up,
Shut up.
and pay attention. You can call us at 909-345-3346, or as Murf would say it,
909-345-3346.
How about emailing me? You want to email me? Email me at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes?
Okay.
Try Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. The Twitter at Raiders Fan Radio. Insta something. Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. The tiki-tiki-taki-talk. TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about the Twitch? Some of you
out there twitching.
Anyway, Twitch at Raiders Fan Radio. Or if you don't like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot.
I think it was just enough, pal.
Good.
Ah, it was a little off. That was me. I'll own that.
No, it was a bye week.
Yeah,
It was a bye week,
yeah,
so we're rested.
I'll own that. A little bit off there.
I
A little
still
bit off.
felt like it was good, though.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't
It
terrible.
was good.
Good.
Oh,
It was just like that.
I like
Yeah.
what you did there. So, hey, we want to appreciate the folks at Manscaped tonight. Thank you to the folks at Manscaped who sent us these amazing lawnmowers, the 5.0 Ultra, which I haven't had a chance to use yet. I've been using the heck out of my lawnmower 4.0. But the folks at Manscaped, we can't thank you enough for your support of Raiders Fan Radio and their products. Listen, I'm holding the lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, but there's a ton of products. I've been using their deodorant. I've been using their the beard, the thing for the shaving,
The weed whacker,
the weed whacker.
yeah.
I've used the nose trimmer. All those things are absolutely amazing, and we can't thank them enough for their support. I haven't found one product yet that has been funky or that didn't work. Everything works as advertised. The packaging is amazing, and the functionality of all of their products have been just great from Manscaped.
I'm telling you, I 100% agree with that. And so the 5.0, there's a new guard right here, and so so Manscaped, you're manscaping your piece, the twig and berries, you're doing your thing, man. But this right here, I'm screaming that this could go for your face too, man. So like top to bottom, if you got hair on your body, take care of it, bro. Use the Manscaped, the Lawnmower 5.0, man. It's
I shave my beard with it. With the 4.0, I use it on my beard. It works great.
Yep, it's great. It's absolutely great. I even use the cologne. The cologne
you like the
smells
cologne,
fantastic. The Refined, that's their signature scent, man. The Persevere, it's also amazing. I love it.
And you can use the clippers, right?
Yeah. So Lamont has the little kit that's got all the little.
Sure.
He loves to manicure his nails, and so he takes that everywhere with him. But the other thing is, so we're getting close to Christmas. Don't get T-shirts. Don't get socks, underwear. Get the Manscaped. You have time right now with the code Murf. It will get you 20% off plus free shipping, and you can get it in time for Christmas. Put it in their stocking, put it under the tree.
Totally.
You have a gift that they will actually enjoy and use.
Absolutely. Great stuff, Michelle. And so thank you to those of you, Raider Nation, that have already done it. And if you haven't done it yet, please do it again. It supports the One Nation Foundation. Promo code Murf. That is MURF. Manscaped.com. 20% off free shipping. Check them out.
Patrick Claybon with NFL Network here. Hey, folks, I know 3 things you might like. Do you like football? Do you like the Las Vegas Raiders? Do you like listening to things? I'll add a 4th. Do you like swag?
Yeah.
Well, here we got Swag Jeff,
Of course.
Murf, Uncle Mosh. This is Raiders Fan Radio.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
Murf, Swaggy J, Nation.
Michelle.
It's time for a little respect. You know, respect ain't bought, it ain't sold, it ain't demanded, it ain't negotiated, it's earned. And without blowing smoke or giving shameless plugs, we want to say salute and much respect to the following folks.
Shave your balls with Manscaped.
Maybe tell us about your life.
Your balls will thank you.
Hey, and your peace, bro.
Yeah, man,
We're just trying to make all the balls happy.
That's
what
right,
we're
man.
trying to do.
It's Christmas time, bro.
Just share the balls.
Deck the balls, bro.
It's the most wonderful time of the year for your balls to be happy.
Oh, nice. The balls with balls of Manscaped.
bro.
Yeah, bro. Oh my
That was
gosh.
sick, dude.
Thanks, man. I've been working on it.
Oh my gosh. You working for
Off the
Manscaped now?
cuff right there.
Hey, deck the balls. Your
No, but
partner will
seriously,
thank
do
you.
it. They they
right.
will.
So hey, so here at the top.
Don't tell us about your
Hey, I'm just listen. I'm trying to sell some Manscaped. That's all.
There you are.
So I appreciate all of those of you in the chat room joining us, and I promise we're going to talk about the Raiders here in a minute. So it's been 30 minutes. We're going to talk about the Raiders probably in about 15 minutes. So all of those of you that are out there going like, when are they going to talk about the Raiders? Well, soon enough.
There's 41 people watching right now, and so so these are the real ones.
These are the
as
real-
These are the
kids-
real
as
ones that
kids
are
say,
hanging in
you know,
with us, right.
the ones that come at the top. Most people, I feel like, tune in about 45
Because they're like,
minutes
oh, they're
in.
done talking
Like,
about
yeah.
balls and
The real
There
ones
you
want
go.
this.
chickens
Listen,
and
if you're only
yeah,
talking about
nah.
balls, what the are you doing?
Telling you.
It's the bye week.
It's the bye week.
It's the bye week. We're talking
What
about
else are we going to talk about?
You talk about balls.
Thank you.
All right, so we not only do we talk about balls, but we like to talk about respect around here.
That too.
We don't do props, we don't do shout outs. There's nothing wrong with those things, but we're Italian. We like to give a little bit of
Absolutely.
respect. So I want to give respect. We're gonna pass it around the room here, but I want to lead off, and I want to give off some respect to our good friends of the show. I don't see them in the chat room tonight, but James Williams and Jason Hunter. For those of you for a little inside baseball. Jeff Murphy says, I come to the show and y'all are talking about balls. It's my kind of show.
There
exactly.
you go.
So
Target market.
Amen. He hears the dog whistle, as we say. And much respect to Jeff Murphy. We're going to look to get him back in. That is our buddy QB Jeff. Hopefully we'll have him back in soon. And shout out the Group of Five Guys podcast. Those guys are crushing it.
Yeah, they
Sorry,
are.
I'm taking
They
a little bit
really
of an
are.
aside here, but the Group of Five Guys, if you're into not the Power Five conference, but the Group of Five conference of college football, check in with these guys. They're all former players. They know what the hell they're talking about. And guess what? Two of the premier players on the Raiders, Max Crosby and Devontae Adams,
Yeah.
Group of Five guys, man.
There you go.
There are some amazing players that come out of the Group of Five. How about Trey Tucker for you if you want another Group of Five guy? How about Amik Robertson for you if you want another Group of Five guy? There's a bunch of those guys. And so shout out that podcast. Those guys are doing amazing things, and they get nothing but support and love from us here at Raiders Fan Radio. All right, so James Williams and Jason Hunter know, as a lot of other folks do, that you can support the show a multitude of ways. We love the direct donations and the super chats.
Yeah.
But Google takes a cut when they do that.
Yep.
If you go instead to onenationfoundation.net and donate there directly, we get 100% of that money. And both those guys did that this past week. And so I want to tell James Williams and Jason Hunter, thank you guys. We love you so much and appreciate your support of the foundation.
100%. Much respect to those folks right there, and anyone that does that, man. You know, I mean, you can go to onenationfoundation.net. It takes you direct to our PayPal as well. Anything, we appreciate it. Much respect. I want to give respect to a guy that's been to the fan cave one time. You know, the only Raider adjacent kind of guy. The only guy that's ever worn the silver and black that has been here in Murph's Fan Cave. Much respect to our boy, the wolf, the one and only Will.
Hey, what's up, Will?
Absolutely.
It's my dream to meet him one day.
He's a good dude, man. He's a good guy. You'll like his smile. I'll tell you that. Sparkly and new.
love those
much respect.
Expensive as hell.
It is.
It is, yeah.
Much respect to our boy Will Compton.
But for real though, yeah.
Yeah, totally,
dude,
man.
for
Yeah,
sure.
the wolf himself, man, Will Compton. So much respect to him because he just got his brick in the mail.
Oh, that's
so
so
yeah.
cool.
So former players, for the Raiders and stuff, they get their bricks, right outside of Allegiant Stadium, right there. And I didn't realize until we saw on the X that they get a brick as well.
Yeah, well, I knew that because Pete Koch, friend of the show.
Okay.
When he got his brick, put it out there on his social media. And he was like, "Thank you to the Raiders but you got to be retired to get your brick." And so now that the Wolf is retired,
now that Comp is retired, man. Yeah, he gets his brick. He does his thing, man. We see it on X, and we hit him up. Congrats, bro. Can't wait to see it outside of Allegiant Stadium. And he goes, wait, they put one outside of Allegiant Stadium? And we're like, yeah, dude. He goes, dude, I'm fired up. So much respect to the Wolf himself, man. Much respect to what you guys do at Bustin' with the Boys. Much love and respect.
All right, okay, so mine is for Max Crosby, who was nominated for the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award.
Totally.
Presented by Nationwide. You throw that out there.
Oh, there you go. Product placement.
But yeah,
way to go, Michelle.
hey, listen, I'm learning. But anyway, okay, so first I have a few things that I want to make sure they touch on
please
that
do.
he did, which I thought is his commitment to excellence on and off the field, I think is what really needs to be highlighted. But so he partners with Make-A-Wish Foundation a lot and I think a lot of things he does goes unnoticed. You don't get to really
I've never
see
seen
it,
those him doing Make-A-Wish things.
Which I think is so fantastic. They also, him and his wife Rachel donated $1 million to his alma mater, which is the Eastern Michigan University.
Yep.
So they did that, and also too, which I thought this was so cute. During the Nevada Reading Week, him and a lot of teammates and the Raiderettes went and read to kindergarten through 5th grade, which I think is so cute because for them to see these big football players coming in there and reading to them, I think is just incredible.
Gentle Giants.
Giants, coming in there. So I just think if anybody deserves something like that, it's someone who has taken his life, saw his focus, turned his life around, and really decided to give back to his community, which is what the Raiders really kind of stand on, is giving back to their community and pouring into the community.
Amen.
So I think if anybody deserves to win that, it's Max Crosby.
Come on.
So
couldn't agree more.
Excellent call, Michelle.
Yep.
Excellent call, Michelle, and so very, very well put. That is truly one of the things that define us as Raider Nation and define the Raiders themselves. And so, excellent point. All right, Swaggo, take us to a break, and then I've got a little bit of on this day for those of you that are fans of the Raider past, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, because that's when we used to win.
Better be. That's when we used to win.
Let's take a break first.
It's coming, guys.
Hey, Raider Nation, this is Max Crosby
Speaking
from
of
the
Max.
Oakland Raiders.
Hey.
Goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
You're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Will Compton. You're listening to Raiders Fan Radio with my boys Murf, Swaggy Jeff,
Michelle,
and
Michelle.
Uncle Mosh. Tune in because they fucking put out a banger podcast.
All right, so Raider Nation. So we're gonna throw it back a little bit and
How
talk
far
about,
are you throwing it back?
Well, way back, and actually not even that way back. But I want to tell you about a couple of things that were significant on this date, and I've got to pull up my notes here. I apologize for this. I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break here from. I'll tell you what, Jeff. Will you read these two, please? Because I've got an audio clip I need to set up. Read those. So there are significant things that have happened within Raider Nation on the field. Significant moments that the Raiders have had on the field. And so we're going to read it. Jeff's going to read a couple of them to you. And then I've got an audio clip of one of the all-time greats.
Absolutely, man. So like Murph said, December 6th is a good day for Raider Nation. So let's take it back to December 6th, 2009. Gradkowski and the Raiders beat Pittsburgh Squealers on a last-second touchdown with 9 seconds left in the game. Bruce Gradkowski fired 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and 308 yards on 20 completions. Lewis Murphy, number 20 if you need him, caught the game, number 18, caught the game-winning touchdown pass, also had 128 yards and 2 touchdowns on the day on 4 receptions. Bro, that's solid, dude. That's really, really good. And if you don't like that, which I don't know why you wouldn't, we don't have to go that far back for this other one. So on this day in 2020, December 6, 2020, the Raiders beat the Jets 31-28 with what did he say? What did T Hum say? Cardamort.
Yeah. Cardamort.
Last-second touchdown pass to Henry Ruggs with 5 seconds left in the game.
That was a walk-off,
and in that game, that last play was incredible and all that stuff. But Darren Waller was the star of the show that day. 13 receptions, 200 yards, and a touchdown. Man, yeah, the Raiders shine bright on December 6th.
Absolutely, good stuff there, Swaggo. And I've got one more for you. So this goes back to December 6th, 1970.
Wow.
So this is when the Jets used to play at Shea Stadium, where the Mets stadium there for baseball. One of the greatest endings in Raider history, with 8 seconds left and the Raiders trailing 13-7 versus the Jets. Quarterback Daryl, the Mad Bomber LaMonica, launched a bomb to wide receiver Warren Wells as the great Bill King calls this explosive ending as the Raiders win 14-13. And listen to this. This is some of the stuff that, even if you're not an older Raider fan, even if you're a newer Raider fan, this is just it's just tangible how good this team was and the greatness of not only the play on the field, but the greatness of Bill King calling the game. It's just absolutely, it gives me chills, man, on this kind of stuff. So hope you enjoy this. Let's listen to that, and then we're going to talk about the new version of the Raiders.
The Raiders get the ball on the 32 or 33. Holy Toledo, one more shot they have. Well, this is stringing it right to the end. They may not have another one. It's 13-7 New York. 8 seconds to go. LaMonica comes in. Wells is back in for Biletnikoff. He's to the left. Sherman to the right. Loose quarterback coverage. They're way off. They don't want to give up the bomb. LaMonica's back. He looks. He's throwing deep for Wells in traffic. It's batted around. Wells catches the ball. Wells has caught the ball. Wells has caught a touchdown. And it's tied 13-13. 3 New York Jets. 3 of them were all over Wells. They batted them all up in the air. Wells caught it, falling down. I don't believe it. 1 second left. The conversion to be tied. This is ridiculous. This is utterly ridiculous. The Raiders had a chance to win it if Brenda can check the conversion. Spotted. Checked. It is good. The game is over, and the Oakland Raiders have come out of nowhere, out of absolute, utter, and certain defeat, to defeat the New York Jets, and the final scoreboard shows the Raiders 14.
Oh, and then, of course, the Jets 13 there. Oh, my gosh. So cool. So good, dude. I love Bill King's calls. It's always the best whenever, whether it's the Holy Roller or it's the Sea of Hands, and that one is great.
You can hear the emotion in it. Yeah.
Right? Because back then,
Holy Toledo.
That was his all-time, one of his classic line. And it's so funny that, back then, most of, you got guys like Vin Scully for the Dodgers, and you had, announcers that were iconic, Jack Buck, for their different sports teams.
Sure.
But they weren't supposed to be homers. Bill King, not only was he a homer, but like you said, that's a great call out, Michelle. His emotion.
You could hear it. The squeak in his voice. Yeah, man.
He was
and even before that play.
Yeah.
Before that play was run, you could hear him. He was like, all right,
he
we
wanted
got it
it
right
to
here.
happen.
New York leads 13-7, whatever. He was sad sacking.
He was sad sacking.
He was sad sacking.
And then got freaking fired up for the win, man.
Yeah.
That dude's a Raider.
Good.
Oh my gosh, I love it. We could do a whole show on Bill King, man. He's got some amazing lines. We probably should do that. Next time we do a Tales from the Nation or one of our one-off shows during the off season, because there are so many great lines. My favorite is the one when on the Holy Roller when he goes, John Madden's grin is so big, he looks like a slit watermelon. Yeah. He's ran out onto the field. The officials told him, get your big butt out of here. He does.
He does.
Yes. So So freaking amazing.
So good.
So good. So appreciate the legendary Bill King. And all right, so for all of those of you that have been chomping at the bit going, when are these guys going to talk about the Raiders?
Well, that was Raider
We
shit.
are.
It was Raider. It's the history of this freaking football team. If you don't like it, tough shit. Go somewhere else.
Tough shit.
I love y'all.
That's the
Man,
butters-
I've got
the
certain
butterscotch
information,
talking.
all right?
Yeah.
Certain things have come to light, and, given the nature of all this new shit, this could be a lot more complex. I mean, it might not be just such a simple,
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm blathering about. I've got information, man. New shit has come to light.
All right, Michelle. So despite the Raiders not playing this week, new shit has come to light.
That's always good.
It's always good to talk about the new shit that has come to light. So here's the thing. So I've got my little hands here. The AFC playoff picture, Michelle.
Yeah.
It's a little rough. We're in the trenches.
Yeah.
Here in Raider Nation in terms of watching this team make the playoffs. I said at the beginning of the year, and this isn't me trying to be like, oh, I told you so. But I was thinking 9-8.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if the Raiders can run off 4 wins in their final 5 games, we would be 9-8, and we would have a chance to make the playoffs. But just like a couple of years ago, we're going to need a shit ton of help to get in. So first off, let's go ahead and kind of break down where we're at, and then I'm going to give you some scenarios where I think it's feasible for us to be in the conversation. I wish Raider Nation that after breaking all this stuff down and I really dug into the schedule, and Jeff and I did earlier today, and really kind of, dug in on all these different versions of the way this season could play out. There are so many variables at 5 games that it's impossible to really lay it out, because it's not only are we in control of our 5-game stint here, but we need help. So we need other people to do certain things too. And anyway, whatever, I'll get to it. But here we go. Here's what it looks like. AFC playoff picture at the top here. You got the Dolphins at 9-3, division winner, division leader anyways. Ravens are at 9-3, division leader. Chiefs at 8-4, division leader. Jaguars at 8-4, division leader. And also a side conversation. Do any of these teams feel confident they can beat the Niners?
Mm-mm.
And I hate that. I feel like I just threw up a little bit coming out of my mouth, but for real, who beating the Niners?
Yeah.
I mean, if the best
from what we've seen,
they took the best punch out of the NFC, which was the Eagles, and effing dodged that punch and threw a goddamn haymaker and knocked them the hell out.
Oof.
Like I'm telling, that's
yes, they did
in Philly. Like
Hey, and shout out David Carr. Speaking of Philly.
What a moron. But shout out my
David
brother.
Cardamore.
The family gene
your
mutated, and my brother came out a Niner fan and whatever. He's got 2 heads and he's a Niner fan. But I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. Again, I hope somebody in the AFC can beat the Niners, and I hope it's not the Chiefs. That's kind of where that's what our life now is as Raider fans. Someone beat the Niners that's not the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. There you go. That's kind of where we're at. So those are your 4 division leaders. Wild cards right now, you got the Steelers at 7-5, the Browns at 7-5, and the Colts at 7-5. So now you got 3 freaking members of the AFC North playing in our that are ahead of us in a in a playoff spot. And they're playing each other. And the Colts, which is the non AFC North team, is playing the AFC North. So we've got this freaking bottleneck going on. So it's going to take a lot for the Raiders to get in. Then you've got the teams on the outside looking in. Texans at 7-5, Broncos at 6-6, Bengals at 6-6, Bills at 6-6, the Chargers at 5-7, and then here we are at 5-7 behind the Chargers because they own the tiebreaker. As do the Steelers own the tiebreaker against us, but we will hopefully own the one against the Colts. So that said, there's a lot going on in terms of this playoff picture, and there's only very few scenarios where the Raiders can be a part of it. I will give you a really cool thing that I found. If you just Google New York Times Raiders playoff chances, you'll find it. So I'm not going to give you the big web address.
Yeah.
The New York Times is this really cool thing where it's a simulator, Michelle, where you can go on and you can not only plug in your team schedule, but you can pick winners from different games, and it will give you a percentage chance for your team to win or a playoff spot.
Interesting.
So here's what I did, Raider Nation, is that I didn't want to take it all the way down to week 18. I wanted to see how quickly the Raiders could get to that 99 percentile where they would make the playoffs. So I'll read you a little bit about this simulator. Obviously we had our bye week this last week, and we're at 5-7. Our chances of making the playoffs as it stands today is less than 1%. So we've got these tables below these games. If you go to the website, and I'm telling you, check it out. It's fun to play with. So about the simulator, with 79 games remaining, there are 604 sextillion ways the NFL regular season could end. How many of those put the Raiders in the playoffs? Far too many to check by hand. So they build this simulator, and most calculators force you to choose the winners of each remaining game. Here you can choose the outcomes of just a few games and see how your team's chances grow or shrink. We estimate odds by randomly simulating the remainder of the season thousands of times and counting how often the Raiders make the playoffs. If you don't specify an outcome for a particular game, they use a rating system, blah, 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 and then all the some technical jargon there, which is above my brain capacity. All right, so here's what I started with, okay? Here's what I think needs to start. We got to go 4-1.
Okay.
The end.
Yep.
We got to beat the Vikings. We got to beat the Chargers. I'm conceding that we're going to lose in Arrowhead. And then we got to beat the Colts on the road. And then we got to beat the Broncos at home. Okay? We have to do that. If we don't anything shy of that, we done. Okay?
Yep.
So all that said, too, before we even get into the further part of this, if we end up with a winning record, if we end up with that 9-8 that I've been calling for all year long, Antonio Pierce better keep that job. And shout out the guys at Silver and Black today. I love you to death. And they were kind of picking at me a little bit the other day in a fun way. And they were saying, like, you can't just give Antonio Pierce the job. We got to let it play out. And like, that's what Mo was saying. Like, how could you give him the job without? I'm saying the same thing. Yeah. I'm just saying that we love the guy. And if he has any semblance of success and wins any of these games that are, quote, winnable. I even had some people bust me up on Twitter going like, well, what's winnable? Define it. I don't know. Figure it out, genius. Like,
the ones they win.
The one guy, come on, what's winnable? Is the Chiefs at Arrowhead winnable? Probably not. Is the Vikings winnable? Yes. The Broncos at home? Yes. The Chargers, who we typically own? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is Taylor Swift going to be in Kansas City? Because if so, then we have a chance.
Well, there you go. Right. So, like, you guys get my point, though. So again, shout out the guys at Silver and Black today, and you know I love you. But yes, if Antonio Pierce goes 0-5 on this stretch, ain't nobody calling for him to have the job this offseason. Should he be worth an interview and all this? Of course. But that said, I understand that you have to have success to find before you can get on. So that's what it's going to take for the Raiders to make the playoffs. Now, if they make the playoffs, slam dunk. Don't even interview anybody else. Just take the damn interim tag off of his title and let him go. So here's what's got to happen for the Raiders. So here's the least that I've found, and again, it's 606 sextillion combinations to get to the 99 percentile. So there may be a more efficient way to do it. And if somebody found one, then, God bless you. But this is what I found. So the Lions got to beat the Broncos in week 15, right? And that's a very fair thing to have happen. We need the Steelers to beat the Colts in week 15. Very doable. We need the Dolphins to beat the Jets in week 15. Doable. Here's where it gets a little sketch. We need the friggin' Titans to win at home against the Texans.
No.
The Texans are on a roll.
We're done.
You think so?
Absolutely. The Titans are not going to beat the Texans.
Now, that doesn't eliminate the entirety of the thing. That's just to do it before we get to week 18.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Sure. Okay, so there's still a chance. If one or two of these things miss, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's over. Okay. We need the Cowboys to beat the Bills. The Cowboys will be on the road in Buffalo, but I think it's doable. We need the Chargers to beat the Bills in L.A. That's a little tough. We need the Falcons to beat the Colts. We need the Seahawks to beat the Titans. We need the Texans to win again against the Browns. And we need the Chiefs. No, I already had the Chiefs beating the Raiders. And that was week 16. So those are the things. Those things happen is a quick path. If we win, if we go 4-1, that's a quick path for us to get to. Now, Jeff and I did a lot of study on this earlier in our pre-show. And so I mentioned these teams that are ahead of us are all either playing each other or the other team that's ahead of us, the Colts, are playing those other teams. So it's really convoluted because there's not a ton of like, they're not competing against a bunch of NFC teams.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the Vikings or the Lions or whatever else. But Jeff, I don't want to say it's bleak. And maybe we're spending too much time on this idea. Maybe we've just all conceded the idea that the Raiders haven't been mathematically eliminated yet. But the likelihood of them making the playoffs is over. But, listen, it was so stacked up to us a couple years ago. And sure as shit, we won 4 games and everything else fell around us and we got in.
Right.
So it's not unfeasible. We have the very recent history to prove that something like this can happen. And God forbid we win 5. Right. You know what I mean? But you also, and I'm going to turn over to you, you also made the good point today too, though, Jeff, when we were talking about this. If we lose against the Vikings, ball game. It's
sure.
Fucking, it's friggin' over.
Well,
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Right?
But like, and really any of those other games besides the Chiefs, if we lose to the Colts, if we lose to the Chargers, we lose to the, it's over. Really, that's the perfect scenario. That's the scenario that we need. So we kind of looked at all sorts of different things, and much respect to New York Post for making that really cool thing. The New York Times.
Yeah.
Respect to the Post too, but respect the New York Times for making that, because you can plug in all sorts of different things, and it would give you the percentage chance and all that kind of stuff. So what we need to happen, Raider Nation needs to be big Jets fans. For the remainder of the season.
We're big Jets fans.
We love the Jets.
We love the Jets. We love the Titans.
We love the Titans, and we love the Colts a little.
Right.
We need the Colts to lose some games, including week 17 to us or whatever it is. But we need them to beat a couple of those AFC North
The Bears.
teams.
We love the Bears.
Yep, we love the Bears. Any NFC team that's going to beat an AFC team, we love that. We love that. Keep doing that shit. So there's all sorts of different scenarios, but kind of like what QB Jeff said. So you're saying we got a chance.
We got a chance.
We got a chance, right, Michelle?
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to be like.
Do it.
Okay. Because
radio is no fun when everyone sits around and agrees with each other.
I went in 13-4, so y'all know my motherfucking. Oh, sorry. First of all, I went to bleep the ass part and left in the mother. What?
Hey, hold on.
Shout out 198 bananas.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. Fuck. Okay.
Jeff.
What just happened?
Well, I just wanted to say it since both of y'all said it. I didn't.
Okay,
I wanted y'all to feel better.
I'm sorry. Okay,
you didn't start that one up.
It was that chocolate 99. Yeah.
Like Kill Jadis did. Or whatever.
So, I don't want to say that my hope is gone. I'm not saying that it's gone. But I think at this point, I really am like trying to go into every game excited to see like what we have and where we're headed.
Sure.
And I'm not saying we can't make the playoffs. My brain, and I said this way in when we found out where the Super Bowl was going to be played, my whole goal is to keep Kansas City out of our stadium.
Can you imagine a Niners-Chiefs Super Bowl at Allegiant Stadium?
So that's the other thing, and you guys both know that I became a Raiders fan when they moved to LA, so I don't have like the animosity that a lot of 49ers like we do, because my dad was just a California teams fan, so he just loved all of them. But now that would be terrible, but my brain is like whoever can take Kansas City out, that's like my focus, and I want to see like what we have in the players that we have. And I love Antonio Pearson. I do want him to be the coach, but I also want to see what happens over the course of the next 5 games. But I'm not saying that my hope is completely dashed, because it isn't completely dashed, but it is a little like snuffed out. But I know that the playoffs there's like what did you say? A 1% chance?
Right now it's less than 1% chance.
Less than
So, if you're going to Vegas, you're not rolling the dice
right,
on a less than 1% chance. And I think to me, Michelle, and if I could paraphrase, my heart is in it.
Yeah.
My head.
Yeah.
I'm like, this shit's over.
Fighting my damn self.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
Cool, it's bad. But because I would love for that to be like that, movie story where we just friggin' barrel through everybody. But I just don't want to see Kansas City win a Super Bowl in our house, and that that's like my brain is like, who can stop that from happening?
Who can stop that from happening? Well, the Ravens certainly can.
Yeah.
Miami certainly can.
Yeah.
The Chiefs aren't world beaters.
They're
like
not.
They have
No,
been
listen,
once upon
they
a time.
ain't looking. They ain't looking so pretty. But anyway, I know.
Which
I
means we
just
should have beat them with a 14-point lead.
We should have absolutely.
And then we'd be
beat
having
them.
a much different conversation right now. But
that hurts.
ifs and buts, right?
Yeah.
You know. So it is. Listen, Raider Nation, it is bleak. But I'm with Michelle too. That it's a great point. That like now's the time where I'm not. I don't have any expectations. I don't have that burden of expectation. I don't expect the Raiders to do anything great. But can they do things better? Because we're rooting for Antonio Pierce so much. We want to see him have success on the field. I'm going to root for guys, and we're going to hear a lot of audio clips coming up from Antonio Pierce on what we can expect out of some players for the rest of this season. Want to see Devontae have a good year. We want to see Michael Mayer continue to climb up in productivity. Want to see
Max.
Well, obviously Max, absolutely. Yeah. You know, maybe chase the single season sack record that Derek Burgess has. We want to see, we want to see Hunter Renfrow return to, being a productive player. We want to see Josh Jacobs, crank it up and have some good games. And I think that even though the wins and losses may be challenging from here out, I hope they're not, but should they be, if the team is playing better and better, and by position, if the team is improving more and more, I think that makes a further case for Antonio Pierce each and every time. If the offensive line continues to get better, if the defense, you know what I mean? Like, because we've got
clock management.
Well, his own things he's responsible for, but like we're seeing players come back in this week. Like we're seeing Chris Smith, the second has now been activated. We've, because we got Teamer has been cut. So you got like pull him out. Like, these players coming in and these younger guys. And so like, let's see this nucleus of this young version of this team. Let's see these guys start to ascend in productivity. And that will speak volumes for the retention of Antonio Pierce.
100%, man. You got to look for the things to be excited about. Yeah. Are the Raiders going to make the playoffs? Maybe. Probably not. Maybe, would love to see it, but probably not. So can we see the growth of this team? Can we see
How about Tyree Wilson?
Let's see that dude get a couple of sacks. I see Paul in the chat says, I'd like to see Sincere McCormick. Yeah. Let's see what that cat has as RB2.
Because Zeus ain't it.
Because Zeus ain't it. Much respect to Zeus, but he ain't it. Yeah. So what are we going to see out of that? Let's see the growth of the team and let's see the direction of the team, and I'd like to see the direction being led by number 58 himself, Antonio Pierce. I'd like to see that. So, what do we got going on in the future, man? Like, let's look for those small victories, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think that I would love, and it's like movie type shit though, when you think about like Antonio Pierce being the chosen coach, because there are other people that maybe have more accolades that they can like add to it, but he also has aspects of being a coach that are different from other, and I think the Raiders just have always done things differently, so why not run with that? But I also understand wanting somebody who has maybe some things to bring to the table that maybe he doesn't have. I don't know. I feel bad for Mark Davis because I think it's going to be really hard, but we'll know at the end of these 5 games what direction anybody needs to go. So
well, and that's where, if anything, when I really differ from Mo and Scott on some of their opinions, those guys are journalists, and I know that they're Mo's a fan, and of course, and Scott likes to see the team do well and all that. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, they're impartial for the most part, for all that. So that's the thing that is appealing to us, is that Antonio Pierce is one of us. And they even acknowledge that. They're like, we get it why Raider Nation embraces him. But because of that, I think that's an advantage. And I think that's ultimately the way that I would put it to those guys, is that you as impartial journalists may not realize what an advantage that is, because we are so unique and different, and because Raider Nation is so unique to itself, that it takes somebody very special. So, why would we be so sold on him so quickly before he is so proven in some of these areas? It's because the intangibles have already been, superseded. And because you do have to have that. We've hired plenty of people with resumes. There's been a lot of goddamn resumes that have come through Henderson and Alameda, and you know what? They didn't do shit. So why not if we're going to take a flyer, if we're going to take a risk, if we're going to do something that's, you know what I mean? Like, give me the guy that's got the intangibles into the things that are most valuable to being the essence of a Raider, and then he'll learn the rest of that stuff afterward. Now, I'm not crowning him today. That ain't about crowning him on December 6th, but by the time we get to February, I don't know, man. If there's some success there, Michelle, it's time to freaking make that call. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that's the thing that we've seen over the course of however many games 4 games that they've played.
He's 2-2.
You're seeing him after every game learning for the next game and for the next game. And I think over the course, like you said, obviously no one's saying, well, there are people saying now, but we're saying, let's see what happens. But at the same time, seeing him ask the right questions and answer the right questions and owning all of it, I think speaks volumes about who he can be as a leader. And then obviously, with Champ Kelly being the,
assistant GM.
Assistant GM. There's
assistant
the word.
The assistant.
To the assistant, to the assistant. But, and they've already got this sort of cohesion together, being able to build from that and not having to completely bust things up and start from a brand new.
Come on.
That, I think, is a nightmare when you already have something that might actually be worth looking into.
And it's healthy.
Go with that. Yeah.
It's healthy.
It's
They've
healthy.
already got a jump start on next year.
Exactly.
These two guys, when you look at, and thank you for bringing up Champ Kelly, when you look at their dynamic and you look at the way, like, he was already going to likely get the job before freaking they brought on Sizzler anyways, like, I'm with you, like, they've already got more runway than any other new coach or GM next season.
Yeah.
So amplify that. And so, again, no one's saying it needs to happen today, but it gives them a distinct advantage into this entirety of this process.
Right. Yeah.
I'm telling you, Jeff, and maybe I'm just fanning out here.
No, I don't
and I know
think-
there are things I'm proving, but again, and I'm a gambler, but if I'm going to risk it, I'll just say this. Earlier in this year, I talked a lot about Jeff Ulbrich, maybe replacing, Josh McDaniels. And when we were on the fire Josh McDaniels train for weeks before it finally happened. And we were speculating on who's out there to replace him. But that's what Antonio Pierce is. He is Jeff Ulbrich.
Right.
He is Dan Campbell.
Well, and that's
I'm saying.
I'm glad you said Dan, and I think Chronicles on the Black Hole said AP is our Dan Campbell, and I totally agree with that, man. Like AP's got the unteachables. AP's got the leadership skills. He can lead these men. He's done it before. He's got all the respect of the 53 in the locker room, man. Like, these guys freaking love this dude, man. And we were fortunate enough to meet this guy day 2 or 3 on his job, and we love him. Like, couldn't ask for a nicer, kinder man. And like, you can tell, man, this guy, he commands the room when he walks in. Like, and that's what the guys love. They love a guy that can be one of the boys, but can tell them, like, hey, I did it this way. Let's do it like this, man. And also, I'm glad Michelle brought up Champ Kelly, because, like, respect to Champ for not taking a job anywhere else. Like, this guy was kind of groomed and prepared to be the general manager of the Raiders before Dave Ziegler came in. And for him to
kind of swooped on him, frankly.
And they kind of like overlooked him a little bit and brought in Ziegler, but respect to him for sticking around, hanging in, doing his grind, doing his thing, because he was, I think, kind of the guy that was probably reporting to Ziegler on a lot of the, on a lot of the freaking, recruiting stuff and, breaking down film and all that kind of stuff. And F you, Josh McDaniels, for not paying attention to any of it. We've seen stories come out that Ziegler
Kelly didn't do all that bad of a job, according to the things that we're reading.
Ziegler and Kelly really, really, really wanted CJ Stroud. They said he was a generational talent, and friggin' Josh McDaniel said, nah, I'm good.
I want
that
Jimmy
one hurts
Garoppolo.
big time.
Bruh.
Can you imagine? And I know
I don't want to.
ifs and buts here, but like, I mean, think about this football team with CJ Stroud at the helm.
Guess who else?
Especially after Josh McDaniels has been let go.
Guess who else wanted CJ Stroud? Our wide receiver one, Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
You know, you see pictures around draft time. He was hanging out with CJ. He liked that guy. He wanted that guy. You know what I mean? So now, you know, hey, Tay, who do you want? Who do you want? Let's go draft up and trade up and get that guy. You know?
Wow, unbelievable.
Come on.
Unbelievable. All right, let's. So speaking of Antonio Pierce, we're going to move on to some comments from him. But before we do, Swag Jeff, hit a break.
Hi, this is AJ Cole from the Las Vegas Raiders, and you're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Just win, baby.
This is Kevin, the Raider Nerd, live at the Oakland Raiders tailgate. Raiders! We got Gorilla. Say got Uncle Mosh and Murf.
I love you guys. Much love from the black hole, baby. Just win.
All right, so we got some comments for you here from Antonio Pierce, and let's go ahead and lead off with this is cool, man. So he talks a little bit of He talks a bit about
You want another one of these?
Yeah. No,
Shout
I'm
out
good.
99.
No, I'm good. I'm good. So I'm going to abstain for the show, except for this one over here. No more shots.
No one sees that.
No one sees that one. So we're going to check in with Antonio Pierce on some of the changes around the team based on his leadership. And again, this is where I don't want to just keep repeating the same points over and over again, but these are the things that make it convincing and obvious to me that this man is not only in the the catbird seat, as the kids say, but he's the leader in the clubhouse in terms of having the next full-time head position. Is it called full-time? Interim? Interim's a full-time job too, but
foolish.
Just
temporary. It's not going to be temporary that he's got the opportunity to be the
head coach. Yeah.
You know, with the improvement of the team, it's a mindset, man. Listen, I'm sitting here. I'm not calling plays, right? We all see that. I'm not the OC or DC, but I'm the coach that beginning of the week, hey, this is the plan. This is how I see. These are the ways for us to win a game. And you get that to the special teams coordinator, the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, and it's their job to put the game plan together along with myself. But when we get in the game, it's collective group of players and coaches that work together throughout the week to make that play work. And I think the best thing about us in these last 4 games is the purpose. Our purpose is, our intent is there. Guys are straining to the best of their abilities. Now, listen, it's 2-2 down the stretch right there. I get it. But you can't sit there and say that the Raiders are not playing hard. They're now playing at a high level in the Premier level. It doesn't look different. It does. And they made up their minds it's going to be that way. But at the end of the day, it's about wins and losses, and we need more wins than losses.
All right, so here's another one of those intangible things, and I'm glad that, and I think, listen, no one is more hyper aware of their scenario than Antonio Pierce. No one is more aware of the idea that you got to put more numbers in the left column than you do in the right in terms of winning losses for him to retain the job. But something that he said there, the guys are playing hard, and the guys are probably sick of hearing me talk about stupid Dan Campbell in a couple of years ago. But even though they were losing, the players were still playing hard. They were still bought in. They were still convicted. And they were telling anybody that would listen, it ain't him. He's not the reason we're losing, right? We're good with Dan. We want to play for Dan. And when was the last time that you saw a highly convicted, highly motivated Raiders football team? Now, I'm not questioning the dedication of these athletes. They are professional athletes at the highest of level, and I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that, like, some guys had a questionable work ethic or whatever else. But you can't tell me, I don't know, and you tell me, when was the last time that we saw a team going as hard as they possibly could for their coach? I would say Rich Bisaccia is the last one.
Yep.
That's been the last time. And that was a very short stint that Bisaccia had. After or before that, I don't know.
Gruden 1.0?
I think so, because it didn't feel like that, at least during Gruden 2.0. It didn't feel like that during Del Rio. Maybe glimpses. Certainly didn't feel like that during Dennis Allen, right? And then you start going back even further. Didn't feel like that during Norv Turner. Didn't feel like you start thinking about the coaches that feel like the team was completely convicted and bought in and giving absolutely everything for their head coach. Now, the detractors will say, well, is that sustainable? Because, it's emotion and emotion is fleeting. When you have the talent to support that and you don't, when winning comes along with it and the culture is healthy, you don't have to be goddamn rah every week, Michelle, right?
Yeah. I think the Bisaccia, I'm not going to lie, I do feel like that was mostly emotion. Like, I don't know how that would have sustained itself. The thing, and I just said it a minute ago, the thing that feels different about this is that Pierce is answering the right questions and he's asking the right questions and he's talking to the players and he's talking to his coaches and it just feels like he's devising a plan. And I'm not saying the Bisaccia wasn't, but I just feel like that was like such a loaded, heated, emotional, let's do this for the guys kind of thing. This just feels a little different. It doesn't feel as like emotionally charged. It's more of a let's rally together and make this a team that can make a run. Even if it's not this year, it's into the next year kind of thing. So I don't know. It just feels a little different.
I agree with that, man. So when Rich took over, it was all emotion because, the Raiders weren't bad. When Gruden got let go or asked to resign or whatever happened, we know what all happened with John Gruden. The Raiders weren't bad. We had a winning record. We had just beat the Bears or whatever.
Henry Ruggs was climbing up as being our best player and
all that kind of stuff. We see all these things, and Rich took over, and the players loved Rich, and they wanted to play for Rich. But, the team was still good. We were heading in the right direction. Now you fast forward to this year. We sucked ass, bro. Yeah. It was really, really bad. The players were not bought in. They did not like what was happening. We were getting our asses whipped week in, week out.
By bad football teams.
By bad football teams, man. Shout out friggin'... What's the quarterback that we lost to in Chicago that had never played a snap? Bagent. Yeah. Much respect to him, man. Whipped our ass, bro. He looked like a friggin' elite quarterback. And so, you fast forward to when McDaniels gets fired and AP takes over. This guy gets it, man. The players love him. The players get it. And it does. I know you said you don't like bringing up Dan Campbell because he's not a Raider.
No, but I just feel like I bring him up all the time.
Yeah, but
it's relevant,
but
though.
that's the blueprint, bro.
That's it. That's
it, man. If you can have a team fully buy into the system, like what you said, and I feel like we're a broken record saying it, culture eats strategy for breakfast. Yeah. If you have the right culture, if you have the 53 that's in the locker room, they get it, understand what it means to be a Raider, and they want to be a Raider.
The thing, too, when you think about the Bisaccia thing, that was so abrupt and unexpected. But the McDaniels thing, man, those players knew that was coming.
That shit was coming.
So they knew that was coming. And for Antonio Pierce to be chosen, I think there was a little bit more time to look and see who we're going to pick. When the Gruden thing happened, it was like, oh, shit, we got to put someone in this place. Who can we put in this place? And then, not saying that Bisaccia wasn't, the one to pick, but I feel like the McDaniels getting canned was coming, and everybody knew it was going to have to be at some point relatively soon. And so for Antonio Pierce to be picked, there was a reason that he was the one that they chose. Different than, it was just different, even though it was the same interim kind of thing, it was just a very different scenario this time for the last time. Just different.
Great points, Michelle. Absolutely. All right, next up, let's check in with Antonio Pierce. Talking about our quarterbacks, so talking about, of course, the AOC 4, Aidan O'Connell. This is one of those guys that, we rattled off a bunch of players earlier that we wanted to see improvement from. This is the guy that's got the biggest opportunity to shine here in these last 5 games. And so let's check in with Coach and see what he's looking for out of Aidan O'Connell.
Growth. I thought if you go back and look at, I'm just talking since, I've become the head coach, the first 3 games, cool. That last game, man, that kid played well. He gave us a shot. He gave us a chance to win. Took care of the football, made the adjustments, made the corrections that we needed to, was poised, was calm, didn't blink. And that's what we want to see. And I think everybody around him playing to their optimum level. That's what we need. We need Devontae playing his best. We need Mike Mayer playing his best. We need Josh running at a premium, and we need our O-line to protect the quarterback. When everybody does that, that would help a young quarterback out as well. He is getting confident. You can see it, how he walks through the building, how he's talking. But more confidence comes with wins, and we need that production as well.
All right. It's good stuff there from Coach. And, listen, man, football is the ultimate complementary sport, and there are 11 guys on offense that need to play, 10 other than the quarterback, and then on the defensive side of the ball, we need to have a productivity as well. I will I will lean into this opinion until the NFL proves me wrong. When you see guys hosting trophies at the end of the season, they do three things. They don't turn over the ball, they run the ball well, and they play great defense. Now, there's a lot of discussion around Aidan O'Connell and where he fits in to the current lexicon of quarterbacks. Well, I would say this to you. As long as he can have success in the red zone, convert us on third down, not turn the ball over, he's good. Is he going to scramble out when the offensive line breaks down? Is he going to scramble out and take off for 20 yards? What? No, he's not that guy. Can he be the guy that can be aware enough to avoid pressure? Can he be the guy that can be aware enough and read a defense to call out different protections to keep himself safe in the pocket and deliver the ball downfield? Absolutely, he can. So this idea that we got to have this super dynamic playmaker, Raider Nation, man, when you look around the league, those players have great success in the regular season. Who wins in the postseason? The teams that do those three things. Right. So that's where I'm saying that, and then, oh yeah, by the way, the guys that get around and start running a bunch, Joe Burrow, put themselves at risk of injury. Deshaun Watson. There are so many players that your quarterback is only as good as he is when he's healthy. Now, I'm not telling you that AOC is going to be our freaking savior. He's a 4th-round pick, and we should only have a tempered amount of expectation here for what this guy can do. But I think that so many times fans and even media, no offense, Scott and Mo, they're looking for these guys. Josh Allen, I think, is the leading rusher for the Buffalo Bills. Okay? Is he a great quarterback? Yes. Is his ability to go out and run like crazy, is that what makes him a great quarterback? I don't think so. What makes guys great are their decision-making, their way that they are at the line of scrimmage. That's what made Peyton great. I hate freaking Peyton, but that's what made him great, even when he got to the point where his arm was breaking down. That's what made Montana great. That's why Patrick Mahomes kills us.
He also, though, does roll out and get yards when he needs to, and I think.
But he's not a runner.
He's not a runner, but he'll
he's a
playmaker.
Get you 10. There you go. Okay, good call.
Yeah.
Good call.
Oh God, that hurt coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Why would you make me do that? I can't believe you made me do that.
But you're right.
Blame you.
No, you're right.
But he is.
You're
though,
right though. Now, if you need to take off for 7 yards and convert a first down, you got to have that.
Somebody, regardless of whether, obviously you run the risk of getting hurt, and that's why a lot of these guys are getting hurt, but you can get hurt in the pocket too. I mean, you can get landed on the pocket.
That's true. Yeah,
but I think
and people fall around your legs and all that stuff. Yeah.
The direction that, and every time
look at Derek.
Bruce Irvin. I don't want to.
Sorry, Cardamore.
Sorry, Cardamore. Bring him up.
He should not be named.
But he was just standing in the pocket. Bruce Irvin freaking leveled him.
And watching college and watching, it feels like the direction that it is going. You need somebody that can do all of the things you just said, which is a lot to ask of a quarterback. But you have to be a playmaker. You have to be willing to, if you see a spot where you can ballet tiptoe dance like Patrick Mahomes down the sideline and get that first down, you kind of need that. I don't think that pocket sit in there. Joe Montana was great. I mean, I'm not taking from him or Peyton, but I feel like that is a different time that they were in, and now we're in a different time where you need somebody that can do all of those things.
I just think I look at and the guys in Silver and Black today brought up the people were like, oh, what about Jared Goff? What about Jared Goff? Well, and then even you look at Matt Stafford, he won a Super Bowl a couple years ago, right? People forget that, right? So it's when you look at the guys that are the most successful, I think that it ultimately comes down to this. Can you have an electric playmaker? Yeah. Like a Lamar Jackson, the most obvious example of guys that are just complete raw athletes, just badasses back there. But if he doesn't have a defense, if he doesn't have a running game, if he doesn't have Odell Beckham and have the if he doesn't have those things, you can make highlights and you can win 7 or 8 games in the regular season, but you ain't going far in the playoffs. And I guess that's ultimately what my point is that it's like, I don't even know where I'm going entirely, other than
throw it to
there
me.
are so many things. Hold on. There are so many things that this Raider team is deficient at.
Yeah.
And if we can improve in offensive line play, if we can improve in the running game, and if we can improve in the defense and then not turn the ball over, is Aidan O'Connell, and this is where the full circle conversation goes to, is he someone that can be our quarterback in the future? I don't know. Is it possible? Yes.
Sure.
Does he have enough skill set, raw skill set, to be able to do that? Yes. Does that ultimately define him now? No. And to go back to Antonio Pierce's comments, he's going to be looking for him to do those things. And what did Antonio Pierce say? Set up all these other things around him, and not as excuses. It's not all he needs is a defense. All he needs is an offensive coordinator. All he needs to be in the same system for 5 years straight. That ain't what he's talking about. He's talking about everybody do their job, and the quarterback will do well. Quarterback, do your job well. Everybody else will do it right.
Yeah.
It's symbiotic, I guess.
But
is what
also
I'm going.
take a quarterback in the draft.
Well,
Oh,
and
yes.
that's my
100%
point.
do that. Yeah.
And that's my point, man. These next 5 games for Aidan O'Connell, so important. So important because we want to see what we've got. Yeah. Show us that you're a playmaker. Show us that you can make these moves. Show us that you can do special things, man, because regardless, we could win the next 5 games. We're taking a quarterback.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The end. We're taking a quarterback. So you know what? Do you want QB1 or do you not? Like, these next 5 games are freaking crucial for you 4. Like, make it happen, dude. Like, we're rooting for you, man. We would love for you to be our guy for a while because we're taking a quarterback, though. Like, so
I'm of the, listen to this.
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion. So we've heard a lot of speculation around whether Champ Kelly would make a move for Justin Fields because he was part of that staff that drafted Justin Fields. My opinion is that yes, bring him in.
Sure.
And draft a quarterback.
You've been saying that for a while, though. You said draft until you get your quarterback.
And take a shot on a young guy like Justin Fields.
Why not?
Find out. Let's find out what
he
he's
has
got.
the electric ability.
Yeah.
You know, you just said, the most obvious playmaker-y kind of guy was Lamar Jackson. Justin Fields has that ability.
He was the Bears' leading rusher last year, wasn't he?
Good Lord, man. He had over 1,000 yards rushing.
Yeah,
man.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but see, Renee Arredondo in there, and much respect for being in the chat room. He says, no Fields. Listen, I'm not advocating for Justin Fields to come in and be our starting quarterback. That's not what I'm advocating for. What I am advocating for is like what Michelle said. I've been saying this for a long time. Swing on quarterbacks until you find one. There is still potential on a guy like Justin Fields, so bring him in, let him compete with Aidan O'Connell. Let him compete with, Caleb Williams or Drake May or Bo Nix or Michael Penix or any of these other quarterbacks.
J.J. McCarthy. Any of these guys.
Whoever, let's frickin' swing. That's what I think ultimately it has to come down to. And if Aidan O'Connell, listen, if they bring in Justin Fields and draft Michael Penix and AOC wins the job, guess what? He's a pretty freaking good quarterback. If he beats out Bo Nix and Justin Fields, he's a pretty good freaking quarterback. Now, is that likely to happen if you spend a first-round pick on a in the top 15 on a quarterback? Are you gonna let a guy like AOC win the job? I don't know. Maybe in the beginning,
AP would.
Because you know what? Guess what? Sometimes young guys need to develop. But my point is, and I'm going to ride this thing into the ground until you guys are sick of hearing me say it. Bring in quarterbacks, not retreads. Don't bring in 38-year-old Brian Hoyer. Forget it with that bullshit. They frankly should have stuck with Jarrett Stidham, frankly, for a backup. Bring in younger guys until you freaking land one. Whether that's through free agency, trades, or freaking the draft, just bring in quarterback until we get one.
In our division, quarterback is king. You have to bring in somebody that can flip-flap and compete with Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying he has to be Patrick Mahomes, but in our division, if we want to compete, our quarterback has to at least come close to being an elite franchise quarterback.
I agree. If you go right now and stack them up, Herbert, the way Russ is playing,
exactly. What the hell?
And freaking Pat.
And then we're flailing. I mean, not saying
if you had
AOC's
to have
not
your
good, 'cause he
pick,
is.
if you had to have your pick of those three guys, Michelle,
don't make me say it.
You know what I'm saying? But I know, and don't say it. But the point's obvious though that like ain't nobody picking Aidan O'Connell.
Ain't nobody picking Aidan O'Connell. You're not even picking. He's good, but he's last from everyone. Even though like Justin Herbert is religiously overrated, he still has made himself known enough for everybody to pick him over Aidan O'Connell.
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
absolutely. All right, so let's continue on with the good conversation, guys.
Yeah.
We love a good spirited conversation around here at the Raiders Fan Radio. And the bottom line is that quarterback is the most important position in all of team sports, man. And we got to freaking hit one at some point if we're going to compete. All right, next up. So speaking of pieces around Aidan O'Connell, let's check in with what Antonio Pierce thinks of the young Michael Mayer, our new pass catching tight end.
She's final. A lot more hope. A lot more. I mean, that's every time he touches the ball, it's like, what is it, 10, 15, 17, running guys over. Had a hell of a block on that 63-yard touchdown by Josh Jacobs that I think didn't get enough credit for. Hell of a play by him. Yeah. Here's a guy that, let's be honest. In training camp, he got baptized. You know what I mean? He probably got embarrassed. Humble pie. But now he's dishing it out now, too, himself. And you can see the confidence. You can see Big Mike walk around with a shoulder shrug, got a little swag to him.
I love he calls him Big Mike.
It's good to see, man, especially rookies who late in the season hit that rookie wall. He's doing the opposite. He's going upwards. She's final. A lot more hope. A lot more. I mean, that's every time he touches the ball, it's like, what is it, 10, 15, 17, running guys over. Had a hell of a block on that 63-yard touchdown by Josh Jacobs that I think didn't get enough credit for. Hell of a play by him. Here's a guy that, let's be honest.
Is it repeating the same thing over again?
You know what I mean?
I'm like, wait a minute. I think I heard
Run
that
it back,
before.
AP. Let's hear that shit again.
He's like,
bruh.
if you didn't hear me the first time, I'm going to repeat myself.
Say it louder for those in the back.
But yeah, so listen. What are some of the best friends of a young quarterback? Right, running back, tight end. Right, and I love to see that Michael Mayer is ascending. In his ability and his play, and we want to continue to see that. I wasn't in love with this draft pick.
Oh, yeah. I
wanted us to draft the hell out of defense, and all of a sudden we move up in the second round to get a tight end out of Notre Dame, and I'm like, why is this guy's, if you're going to move up to get a tight end, let's get one out of Iowa, because death taxes an Iowa tight end, Swag Jeff. You know what I mean? Sam Laporta is killing it right now.
Oh, Lord.
You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be the guy that goes like, oh, I called that guy, and I wanted the Raiders to draft. I did want the Raiders to draft that guy, but I didn't expect it to freaking.
Yeah, but I think he's becoming Sam Laporta.
Well, talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, so for whatever reason, Josh McDaniels didn't utilize this guy, but we see the flashes. We see the things. We see these corner catches in the end zone.
So good.
All that stuff. He's got one touchdown, but it was a thing of beauty, bruh.
Yeah.
And that's what tight end in the NFL is all about today, man. Like, so we see, like, Sam Laporta's friggin', like, respect to that dude, man.
Jeez.
Like, maybe one of the best tight ends besides dumbass Travis Kelce, in the league right now. Like, I mean,
well, that's what
he's eclipsing Kittle, man. Like, I'm a big fantasy football guy. Laporta's the truth, bro. Like, he's freaking
good, man.
balling out, dude, man. But Michael Mayer's getting there, dude. Like, we see the targets like coming up, man. Like, we see these things, man. Like, he's becoming the guy. When AOC is in trouble, okay, where's 87?
We're looking for baby Dave.
Like,
yep.
yeah, come on, man.
No, that's everything that I want to say. Because every time you've seen him make a play, you're like, that's the guy. Like, and I was the same with you. Like, I remember last season when we were talking, it was like, defense. We need to make sure the defense is like shored up. Like, let's make that happen. And then they took him and it was like, oh, why would you do that? But now seeing him make the plays that he's playing is like, oh, he's the guy.
Sense. Yeah,
it's starting to make sense. So now, as you see him start sort of upping his game, it's exciting to see him on the team.
Absolutely. All right, so one more to get to. Staying on the offensive side of the ball. You know what? Maybe we don't talk about this guy enough. We don't talk about Jacoby Myers enough.
Yeah.
He's having a hell of a year, and I know that he was the darling of the Josh McDaniels offense. But even though now with the changes and Bo Hardegree calling the games, still see some amazing productivity and amazing plays coming out of number 16, Jacoby Myers. And let's check in with Coach AP and what he has to say about Jacoby. This is pretty high praise coming from Coach here.
Yeah, man. Jacoby, you need to watch the body of work. You watch a guy go out there and he points and he finds that linebacker and the safety. He points at him and he puts his face right in it. Then you watch him catch a slant and go to the crib and have, the speed and agility to make guys miss. He is a very unique player in a sense because of the attention that Devontae gets with the double teams and all the attention. If you really watch 16, that's a pretty goddamn good football player there. And I told him all day, man, that's a guy that when I walk down a dark alley, he's coming with me. Yeah, man, Jacoby.
That's awesome, man. I love that from Coach there. If I walk down a dark alley, he's coming with me. And that's what you want. Like, that's Raider football right there. I think that Jacoby Myers, is starting to be he's starting to epitomize what it is to be a Raider. You know what I mean? It's just that absolute gamer. And, so thankfully he's on our team. I'll just say that. Say that. All right, Swag Jeff.
What's with the Raiders and wide receiver too? I feel like that's a thing for us. Let's
Mac Hollins,
Nelson Aguilar,
Zay Jones.
There you go.
That's unbelievable.
We love WR2.
And all of them have really gone on to keep out there rolling.
And they go out to another team and still play and to do well.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
I do know what. Shout out the chat room and then let's go to more of them.
Yep, absolutely.
And shout out our gifts that Michelle brought.
Oh, yeah.
Show Michelle.
Shouted out Michelle.
Okay.
Christmas came early in the fan cave.
I don't know if is it?
Yeah,
me?
there it goes. Yeah.
Can you see? This is swag. Yeah. It's got his little name on
there.
Swag Jeff.
For the audio listeners, Michelle got us Funko Pops.
Funko Pops. It's there, and so it's little Swag Jeff. And if you can see, he's got money in both hands because he's always buying that swag. Always buying that swag. And then we got Murf over here.
Hey.
And he's got his little deck of cards and some cash because Murph loves to gamble.
Who told you?
Yeah, he does.
He loves it. Podcast Dad is out doing it.
He doing it big, bro.
I love that shit.
And thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
That's one of the coolest gifts we've ever gotten, man.
That's incredible.
So fun. Those things are friggin' awesome.
Absolutely. Much respect. But yeah, so we got Ron the Materator in the chat, SoCal Sal's in there, QB Jeff's in there, Deep H2O Dad Pool is in there. I love that name. Paul is in there. Renee's in there. Let's see, Pineapple JB. Let's see here. Let me scroll up. Deep H2O's in there. Hooligan Nation. Stacy Ruff. Raider Dank Vader's in there. Lance Kirk, the good stuff, is in there, of course. Tony Shefford. But, man, like you said, man, more of them and less of us is a good thing, right?
Yes.
Let's head to the Sea of Fans.
Heck yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
There he is, baiting, looking. He's under the gun. He's tied, he throws. It is.
All right, we appreciate you, Raider Nation, so very, very much. Thank you for joining us for this episode number 315 of Raiders Fan Radio. And so we love the interaction in the chat, and we also love to hear from you, Raider Nation, via email and via voicemail, and you can contact us a multitude of ways. Number one, join us in the chat at 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern each Wednesday night. Jump in at youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio, but you can also call the show at 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. And leave us a message.
Rush that shit.
Yeah.
909.
Give me a...
Okay, sorry, I'll let you catch up. 909-345-3346.
Damn.
There it is.
There we go.
Easy.
Hey, sorry, man.
Slow it on down, bro.
Just want to get there at the same time, guys.
Oh, jeez. It's all finished at the same time.
Shout out Vibrator. Here, baby. All right, so yeah, you can.
We're hilarious.
You can kind
So they ain't gonna finish too fast. Maybe get mad.
down,
Maybe get mad. I'll cut you my butt cheeks. And...
You went anywhere.
Shout out Delirious.
Oh gosh.
It's one of my favorite stand-ups of all time. Oh yeah, Michelle.
Pull over. Pull over. All right. All right. So you can go.
Yeah. Honestly, we held it together way longer than I thought. So I just want to say, shouts out to us.
We talked about the Raiders for like an hour.
We did. We did
See
really
fans
good,
is
guys.
normally our time to like.
A little bit off the rails.
We you know, you unbuckle the belt and you know what I mean, you just like cut loose.
Because all the corporate folks, they've left already. Now we got the real ones are hanging in there. So
yeah, we lost about 20 people just then, but it's fine.
It's all right.
It's fine.
It'll be okay.
The real ones hung in there.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. All right. So as I mentioned, you can call the show at 909-345-3346. And if you leave a message and we play it 3 times on the show, you can become a made man or a made woman. Or you can email the show an indefinite amount of times. And we appreciate your emails. And Michelle always reads the emails. And so, Michelle, who do we have tonight?
All right. So first we got Hooligan Nation.
Nice.
Good evening, RFR crew. And good morning, Paul. Hooligan Nation, once again, just hours drive south of Skull Central. The crud has gotten the household, so I'll make it short. Oh, I'm sorry. That doesn't matter if we make the playoffs or not. This team has played like the Raiders ever since they shit-canned McDumbass. That being said, we can and should be able to pull a win on 4 of our last 5 games. We could beat the Chiefs and have a Christmas miracle, but shall we see what happens? Who will be our coach next season? Will we keep Devontae? Will we draft a quarterback? Will Max be his old lights-out self after surgery? Will Tyree have a breakout second year? Will I talk the wife into getting season tickets and moving to Vegas?
Nice.
Are we all having the same thought?
Nice.
Am I putting the cart before the horse? Maybe. Fact is, that is game week, and only one question needs answers. Raider Nation, are you ready for some football? Just win, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go. Now we're talking. I have actually talked to Lamont about
moving to
what
Vegas.
If we moved to Vegas? What would happen? What if we moved?
Gosh.
What if we moved? So
nice.
He's down. He's down to go wherever I go. So
yeah, he is.
I'm in it. All right. Next we have Joel Snyder.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Hello. I'm a lifelong diehard Raider fan. I have never had a Facebook/Instagram or any social media as I don't like the negative aspects that go along with it.
I agree.
That's why Lamont doesn't have any of those things. I was looking early in the season for a place to watch my Raiders preseason games as I was pissed at NFL Network for charging separately. I searched all over YouTube for anyone or anything playing the preseason games. I don't create an account because I don't have to. I watch all of my YouTube on my smart TVs, which don't require accounts. It should be a pitch point for your show, as all the unknowns in your chats are probably doing the same as me. I'm rolling Raiders Fan Radio on my 72-inch flat screens. You are a weekly show I will not miss. Well, thank you very much.
Nice.
If I'm late to your lives, I start at the beginning, which is the most badass intro of the platforms. I have met many a Raiders fan in my time, and I know who is legit. Let me tell you. You and the Shieldmore crew. Oh, yeah. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Graf. Got the shirt
talk
on.
that shit,
talk
bro.
that shit, bro. Okay, now look, I lost my spot. Give me a minute.
Find your shit, bro.
Oh my gosh. You and the Shieldmore crew, including Stu, are straight up legit. The joy of hearing real fans talk about our team in depth has meant more to me than you know. Your shows always keep me laughing, even in the dark times. Anyway, the case for AP, number 1, he has the media support. All sports outlets are highly supportive of AP. No negative remarks. They want him to succeed. Number 2, current and former players support him. All podcasts of current NFL superstars comment with outstanding approval. Check out Ty Hill's podcast prior to the Miami game. They talk of the revolution of AP and his style of coaching, and they want him to succeed. Number 3, free agent acquisitions. With all the superstars loving AP's approach to players, free agents are going to flock to the Raiders to join him on his journey and want to play hard. And they want him to succeed. Those who don't, see ya. Number 4, referees. AP has just proven he will not throw anyone under the bus, including the refs, which should buy us less hate from Zebraville and has already shown up on stats. They respect him, and they want him to succeed. Number 5, the resurrection. Our Raiders were horrible. We all felt sickened, lifeless, and void of hope for our Raiders. I watched my favorite hosts worry and stress about the type of content moving forward. They admirably didn't show it, but I felt it. Then the news. Then AP. Boom. All was right in Raider Nation. I saw joy and enthusiasm amongst my Raider family, most importantly, hope. He crashed onto the scene. He promised a style of Raiders football that we have been missing for decades. The exact style of football that made me a Raiders fan in the mid-'70s as a young boy. Man, let me tell you, that was hard-hitting, shit-talking, harmful domination by a Raider team that beat people up and then whooped their ass at football as well. This is the vision of Coach Antonio Pierce. This is also my vision, as I have not had a taste of that since the early 80s. I am sold. I have not seen nor heard any OG Raider fan comment about removing AP. They feel similar, I would think. Most of them want him to succeed, and so do I. For those who weren't able to witness the mid-'70s, early 80s Raiders, I advise you watching some tape because this is what AP is bringing to the table. And I have been waiting my entire adulthood for a general like this. Guess what? He's better than I expected. Any representative of Raider Nation that starts out, we need to replace AP, needs to remember all he did to reinvigorate your platforms while things looked so dire. To me, any talk of any overhyped, unknown, previous failure of a coach is a punch in the gut, an offending of the style of play we need so badly. There are many platforms that tend to poison this vision and are now dead to me. Murf, Jeff, and Michelle, I see the pain it causes you when approached about AP, which is why I chose to write you above all others. Raider Nation, AP is the only choice. He shows us a path to dominance. He's good for the Raiders. He's good for the NFL. He's good for the media. He's good for the people who strap on that helmet and go to war in the colors of silver and black for Raider Nation, right?
It's a good email.
He is good for Raider Nation. If any people think some...
And...
wad of a coach is going to give Raider Nation everything I just presented, I'm all ears. A Rocky Mountain Raider fan. P.S. Devontae wants to bring his grandparents, who are lifelong Raiders fans, a Super Bowl as a Raider. What a noble quest in their twilight years. Something I can totally get behind. It puts in perspective a lot of things he said and done. I don't want Tay to go. I want to see number 17 hanging from the rafters in honor.
Oh, nice.
That's a great email.
So who is that?
That was Joel Snyder.
Is that his
first email? I think it was. It kind of sounded like it might have been his first email.
Yeah, I love that, man.
That was a great
job,
email.
Joel.
Yeah, that was a really good email.
So good, man. And I love that he brought up AP and all this stuff and all the people that are giving him respect and all that. You watch the media right now. You watch all these different shows, whether it be on NFL Network, ESPN, any of these other things. If you watch a former player, they love AP.
They all love AP.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's a great testament to AP. Like these former players, these former champions, these former all elite, all pro kind of guys love AP and think that he's deserved an opportunity to get the job, man, because, I mean, they were the ones that did it, man. Like, they were the guys in the locker room. Give him a shot, bruh.
Dude, give him a shot. Paul, of course.
Paul?
Okay. Evening, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Who did that?
Don't start that shit.
That was me. My bad.
Hope you're all well.
I love how we're all policing each other now. Like, don't go. Don't do that. Yeah.
Isn't it? Hope you're all well and suitably rested after the bye week. I haven't done an update on the BRT Sizzler scoreboard for a minute.
Oh, nice.
So
tell them what the Sizzler is. Tell them what the BRT Sizzler is, Michelle.
So if you have the best email or the best voicemail during a current episode, you win the BRT Sizzler award. And Paul keeps a tally of all of them.
He sure does.
So y'all are about to hear. So if you want to win the Sizzler, call in and leave us a fire email. No, voicemail.
Either one.
Or either one.
Either one.
But it takes a little more, I feel like, for your email to really bring it.
You
Because you can't
really,
hear.
yeah,
You can't hear you. So we have to just assume your emotion. But you call in, that's a really good shot.
Good way
you got
to
a
win
good
it.
shot. Okay.
And I'm going to start sending shirts too, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm going to start sending shirts to
the Sizzler Award
Yeah, I think so.
winners?
Because there's right now it's just been this tally.
Yeah.
And we haven't had a prize.
Yeah.
But maybe it might be one of your cards.
Oh, yeah.
Or a T-shirt. But I'm going to start sending you guys something.
Speaking of the cards.
Yeah, do it.
I think that I have sent all those out, but it is a good possibility that I missed some people. If you are one of the people in green that have become a member.
What is it?
On YouTube.
What is it called? They become a what?
A member.
A what?
A member.
Member, cabrón. Member? You member. You member. You don't member?
You don't member?
You member. Member. Shit, you cried a lot. I thought you remember.
I thought you remember.
So you can become a member
so you can
for
become
$5
a member for $5 a month. Like, come on, you can do this.
And you get all
I'll
the fun
send you
emojis like what Ron's got there with Al Davis
my
and
gosh.
Derek Carr.
Somebody emoji Swag's face where he's looks like he's constipated. That's my favorite. Do that one. Anyway, if you have already done that and I have not sent you your card, I blew it. I'm sorry. Send me your email and I'll get it to you before the year's over. And if you want to become a member, then do it and I'll send you one. So,
there we go. Dadpool in there says, could you say the number again? It is 909-345-3346. And I'll type it in the chat as Michelle's reading this email from Paul.
Yes. I haven't done an update on the BRT Sizzler scoreboard for a minute. So as it's been a quiet week, I thought I'd send you one. There have been 217 shows and 263 BRT Sizzler awards.
Wow.
That's a lot. The current leaderboard is 22, Kiljadis, a.k.a. the Grumpy Raider. 16.
Wow, he's number one?
He's number one.
By a
Where
minute.
is he? I haven't even seen him.
by six,
by
yeah.
a lot. Yeah. Number 6. Houston Raider Steve has 16. Paul has 15. Raiderborn Rico has 14. T-Hom has 13. Tito Raider has 12. Matthew Mangus has 10. Daniel Mangus has 9. Rev Raider has 8. Josh in the 703 has 7. Cousin Sonny, Kevin the Raider Nerd, Ron the Mater Raider all have 6. Coach Davis, Eye Patch, and Mojo Raider have 5. Pirate 1975, Raider Ramon, Tyrone Graves, and Wyoming Raider all have 4. B-Dog in the Pasture, Jacob in Fresno, Lalo Meloso, OG Daniel, and Stacy Ruff Raider all have 3. Animal Mother, Chuck McCann, Ebony Graves, Fargo Raider, Justwin Wendy, Storm, and the Raider Truth Chicken all have 2. We then have 47 on one award, including recent winners, Captain Jack Rackham and Van City Raider. I've won 2 Sizzlers. How come I'm not on here?
Because you're now part of the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure, Paul. I want to make
Yeah.
sure that you know, Paul.
Yeah,
Paul,
well,
we know each other. You know, in your
Yeah,
heart,
real
I have
recognize
2 Sizzlers.
real. I mean,
in your heart, I have 2 Sizzlers.
And
Okay.
even though Paul still kind of claims his Sizzlers, he's kind of both you guys have ascended into
We've ascended,
right.
Yeah,
You're part of it all.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's like Sonny. You know what I mean? Like Sonny ain't claiming no Sizzlers. You know what I mean?
That's right. Also,
Paul, look at Paul on cue in the chat. You won 5,
Oh,
Michelle.
I won 5.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell Lamont. I've won 5. I thought it was 2. It was 1 5.
Let us know what shows, Paul, because Michelle's gonna hang that shit in her,
Yeah.
in her
He
new
needs to know
room
that I won
she's got
5
there.
Sizzlers.
She's gonna make
I just
video
want him
clips
to
and
be
put them on the
very
X.
clear
Absolutely.
that he knows. Okay.
All right.
Also, Kevin the Raider Nerd, Chucktown Raider, Raider Ramon, Fabricator Gil, Jacob in Fresno, and Mrs. OG Daniel won a Sizzler on the same night that became Made Men or Women.
Wow.
Oh, that's
That's
solid
cool. That's legit.
stat.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
And finally, a question.
Finally. Damn it. I didn't have it. He always catches me off guard with those. Keep going. I'm going to bring it in late. Or now.
Okay.
Finally!
I have a suspicion that T-Hom is the Raider Truth Chicken. Far be it from me to try and unmask a superhero, but is T-Hom willing to unmask himself?
Oh,
if this
what's up,
is
Peter
the
Parker?
If this is the case, then T-Hom will move on to the 15 awards. Stay safe, RFR family. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe, Paul Edgerton, Shropshire, Mississippi. Polly Award winner 2019-2022. Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020. BRT Sizzler scorekeeper. Proud made man. Five time times 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Winner of the Raiders.
Wait.
The Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award. Paul.
Good job, Paul.
He's got 5 plus 1.
So you got 5 plus 1s?
Paul.
Oh, he dies.
Paul, your name Paul?
Hello?
Paul. Hello. Paul.
I met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi. I'm Paul.
I think once you hit 5, like you got to restart the next thing, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I think for episode 316 of Raiders Fan Radio, so the next time we get an email from Paul, it's going to be 5 times 5 times 5 times 3.
There you go. That's the way to do it. Yeah. That's the move. That's
and put that in your email, Paul, because we're drinking 99.
Yeah, you can't have us saying plus one, plus one, plus one, plus one, plus one. That's
too much.
Yeah. You've asked too much of us.
Appreciate Paul. You got to way lower your expectations of what we're able to do
Your bar
around
has
here.
got to hit the ground.
Right? Absolutely. Lower that sucker down because we're only capable of so much around here. We can't even talk about the Raiders for an hour. But
it's a bye week.
It's a bye week.
It's the bye week. Okay, so speaking of that, and I'm going to give you, before we get into the voicemail.
That was it for the emails.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and also, so somebody called in there on the live hotline there.
Oh.
If you want, we'll take a live call right now.
We're going to take a live call
right now.
Now.
You guys, so it's the bye week we're coming off of, but we're going into this game with the Vikings, and I'm going to go over some key points in this upcoming game. And while I'm doing that, if you want to call in, whoever you are or were,
909-345-3346.
call it in, man. It's on the screen there. If you're in the chat room, give it a shout, and we'll definitely bring you in. And so appreciate you, everybody being part of Raiders Fan Radio, and thank you to Paul and the rest of the emailers. All right, so key points for the Raiders this week. Aidan O'Connell completed 23 of 33. He's got a 69.7 percentage in completions for 248 yards and a touchdown with no interceptions and a career high of a 101 rating in week 12. So he is now aims for his 4th in a row with a touchdown pass and 3rd in a row with 245 or more passing yards. So shout out that young man and the good job he's doing back there playing quarterback. Josh Jacobs led the team last week with 125 scrimmage yards in week 12. This is the 3rd game this season with 125 or more yards. That's tied 2nd amongst running backs. He has 85 or more scrimmage yards in 4 of his past 5 and 612 scrimmage yards and 4 rushing touchdowns in 6 home games this season. He needs a rushing touchdown to become the 7th player all time with 7 rushing touchdowns in each of his first 7 seasons. So cool stuff there for Josh Jacobs. Devontae Adams aims for his 4th game in a row with 5 or more catches and 70 or more receiving yards. He had 11 catches for 136 yards and a touchdown in the last game, in his last game versus Minnesota, which was back in 2022 when he was with Green Bay. Is that right? 1-2. Oh, yeah, because it was 1-2-2022. So it was the very first week of January in 2022. And has 100-plus receptions, 100-plus receiving yards in 5 of his last 6 versus Minnesota. So basically all this is saying is that Devontae Adams dominates the freaking Vikings. His touchdowns in his career has 15 versus Minnesota. That's most versus any opponent. And he's 86 receiving yards and needs 80. Oh, here we go. I knew it was coming in. All right, get it, Swag Jeff. What do we got? Oh, your Bluetooth is not connected there, Bob.
It is now.
Okay.
Hello, you're on Raiders Fan Radio. Who we got here?
No.
Oh, no.
No, it's not connected.
That hurt.
Yeah.
No one wants to talk to us.
All right, so while you're fooling with that, I'll tell you a couple more things. Hunter Renfrow is looking for his 3rd in a row with 4 or more catches. Max Crosby aims for his 3rd in a row with a sack. Let's see. Bob Spillane aims for his 3rd in a row with 11 or more tackles. Divine Diablo has 7 or more tackles in 2 of the past 3. Nate Hobbs aims for his 3rd in a row with 8 or more tackles and tackles for loss. He also has passes defense. There you go. There you can get it this time. And then that's Nate Hobbs. And then Jack Jones had a season high 5 tackles in week 12. Imagine that, a cornerback that can tackle.
Oof, man.
Hello, Raiders Fan Radio. Can we help you?
Yeah, it's you got nothing connected there on the Bluetooth.
I mean, it's connected.
Yeah. That's all right. All right, go ahead and hit a break, and then let's go ahead and jump into these last 2 voicemails.
Okay, well, hold on.
Stacey Ruff said he thinks
You
he
got it.
butt dialed us. So
That's
probably what that was.
All right. Well, I can. There you go.
This is Raiders Fan Radio. I'm Brent Musburger, and I don't care who wins as long as it's the Raiders.
Maybe Dad can get her to work.
All right, here we go. You talk.
Oh.
He's called. This is the third time he's called.
Ron says it's Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, is it?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Press 1.
This shit doesn't work.
No, it works. Oh, he just hung up.
Oh, no.
Okay, try it again. I know what I did
This
wrong.
is freaking brutal.
Sorry.
Call
This is
one more
terrible
time.
radio.
Yeah, Michelle, you drag us
Oh,
on for a second.
Jeez, this is terrible.
I'm gonna
terrible
shout out the
radio.
chat over
Shout out the
here.
chat room, Michelle.
Whoever
Thank you.
just called, call
Because
again.
if any of you are hanging in here now,
You
God
are the
bless you.
best of the best. Oh,
All right.
wait. Okay. Well.
That's all right. Keep talking, Michelle.
Oh, okay. All right. Hooligan Nation's in there. Wendy, my girl Wendy's in there. Pirate 1975's in there. He says 5-0. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm feeling. 5-0. All right. We got, of course, Ron's holding it down in there. Paul's in there. I can't. I'm not going to do the English accent. Oh, do you got somebody? Oh,
Okay, hold on.
You got to hit the speaker button and then switch to Roadcaster 2.
Tony's in there. Foxy. Foxy. I got you right there. Paul, you magnificent bastard. I heard that. I'd read his book too, Foxy. Oh, no.
It ain't
We are
working.
really,
That's all right.
It's
It's not
rough,
working.
guys.
Hey,
It's
hey,
rough times. Right? Pineapple.
It's Jimmy Duke calling in.
Hey, Jimmy Duke.
Jimmy Duke.
Thank you for calling, Jimmy
Thanks
Duke.
for calling, my guy.
We appreciate you. Let's go ahead and get to these.
Hold on. Let me see if I can pull this off.
Oh, my gosh. This is brutal.
All right, you got us, Jimmy?
What's up, man?
All right. Yeah, so we had to go a little bit old school right here. We're just holding the we're holding the iPad up to the microphone here. How you doing, bud?
Jeez.
Yeah, all right. That's why it's like Jeff right now, right?
Heck yeah, man. You doing okay?
I don't know. I'm all right. I'm getting there, you know. I mean, you guys bring me joy.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
heck
That's
yeah,
good.
man. Yeah,
Well,
hey,
you,
and
you might
I'm
be
back.
the only one tonight.
Well, yeah, hey, and much respect to you and your family. So so I don't know if you follow Jimmy Duke on X right there. So much respect to you, man, and thoughts and prayers to you, buddy.
I appreciate that.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I really do. I appreciate you guys doing everything you do. I mean, you guys inspire me. I hope you know that.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, we can't.
Very kind.
Yeah, we can't thank you enough for that, man, and much respect to you guys, and much respect to Josh Jacobs, who kind of hit you up and kind of gave you guys flowers and stuff like that, man. Like, you guys honored the Raiders in an amazing way, and and I'm glad to see the response that you got from that, buddy.
Yeah, man. It was my mom loves Josh Jacobs. We haven't connected yet, but I know that he's going to. I know he's busy and stuff like that. But my mom loves Josh Jacobs. I mean, she every time he ran, man, I swear, there's Josh Jacobs. He's the heart and the soul of this team. Well, she loved him and Crosby, and also her little Hunter Renfrew. But yeah,
Short King.
Her
it was awesome.
That's awesome, man. Well, hey, we can't thank you enough for calling in, man. We've kind of got a little old school stuff, just holding the friggin' phone up to the microphone, man. But hey, thank you for calling, man, and hit me up, DM me right there on the X, man. Let's connect, man. But man, we can't thank you enough for all that you do, and like we said 100 times, man. Much respect and thoughts and prayers to you and your family, man.
Absolutely.
Keep doing what you guys are doing, man. It inspires other people, and I'm all about making people smile. That's what I try to do in my life. And, I try to do that everywhere I am. But anyway, I know you guys do that. And much respect to you. I'm happy that you guys got to go to that the Crab Fest and spread love over there. You guys are amazing, and the world's lucky that they have this station to listen to. they're lucky that they have people like you in this world. So.
Oh my God!
Thank you, man. We can't thank you enough, man. Much respect to you, and thank you for calling, man. And let's connect again for sure. So hey, much respect,
man.
Jimmy
Good
Duke,
stuff there, Jimmy Duke.
What a good dude, man. We love
what
that
a trooper
guy, man.
calling back over and over again.
Man, he's committed,
That's persistence right there. I love it.
That's a made of the main man right there. Yep.
That's right. All right, let's go. We're going to jump into these voicemails at 909-345-3346. Sorry about our audio technical difficulties there, Raider Nation. I appreciate you guys hanging in with us. Well, there we go.
First world problems right here.
There you go, man. All those other buttons are working except for the one that makes the phone call come through. All right. All right, so if we haven't lost you yet, well, this will do it. Let's check in with the Raider Truth Chicken, as the chicken calls the show.
Oh, yes.
This is Raider Truth Chicken. Please excuse this crude translation device. I have been enjoying the Raiders bye. Lot of discussion about who will be the next head coach and starting QB next year. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the season. I know the playoffs are probably not going to happen. But that's okay. I like watching the Raiders. I also want to give a shout out to Raiders Fan Radio for putting on great content for all Raider fans and for what you're doing for the One Nation Foundation. Special shout out to Scott Hill Branson, also being there for Raiders fans ever since Raiders first came to Vegas. Raiders may not win the playoffs this year, but that's okay. Go effing Raiders.
All right, here we go, Raider Truth Chicken.
Respect to the chicken.
Absolutely. So wait, so that was Paul that called that said that our buddy T-Hum might be the truth chicken.
Wow, could be. You never know.
He's got the same rhythm.
I'm so curious. Paul said it's definitely T-Hum.
Okay, all right.
I
If
trust
the wizard
Paul.
wants to pull the curtain back, I don't know.
Paul.
How many characters can T-Hum do? Because
he's done a few.
I feel like he's now got maybe 4 characters on this show.
He's got a few, that's for sure. That's for sure. All right, next up, let's check in with our buddy down in Fresno and check in with Jacob.
What's up, Murf, Jeff, Michelle? This is Jacob from Fresno. Listen, guys, I don't have too much to say this week, but I got a friend here who does. You want to go ahead, Matt?
Can you make it work?
I'll try.
Try it one more time. Here we go. We're going to get one last attempt at these live calls. It's not going the Bluetooth.
Uh-oh.
Well, give me a second.
All right.
1 second.
Raiders Fan Radio.
Hello.
Oh, it worked!
It worked!
Who we got here, buddy?
Yes, it's Rafael Chesson, el Capitán Rafucho.
Hey! I'm so excited that the thing
Oh, my
worked.
God, I see the... Yeah, just not the worst team, but hey, I just wanted to say that shout out to Michelle, Swag Jeff, and of course Murf. I know we have 5 games left between Vikings, Colts, Broncos, the Chiefs, and the Chargers. So I got to tell you something about it.
Okay, please
Defense
do.
and offense could get better. And of course, we cannot let screw it up this game right now because this is much important. I know it's going to be like a long road. It's going to be like a short, and I have to go for the playoffs. But like I said it before, be aggressive, no mistakes, and of course, be the powerful team that we're always going to do because we got the defense and the offense. Because after a bye week, after we're going to rest it all, right now it's game time. It's show time because right now, the Raider Nation, we got to show us the aggression, and of course, we got to see the power in those players like Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Matt Crosby. And I will tell you this something, because just like Al Davis say, just win, baby, and we keep that intense. We keep that mentality because right now it is a new opportunity to make it a see everything. Because, like I said, folks, Raiders got to shock the entire world for all of this. And of course, I just wanted to say shout out to everybody else in the chat, everybody else calling in for Raiders Fan Radio. And I will love to collaborate with you guys because you guys have the best freaking show ever on YouTube and of course on podcast.
Much
I know
respect.
that I've
Thank
given
you.
all PG. Yeah, I know that I had to keep up PG, but but one more thing. F the Chiefs, F the Chargers, F the Broncos. Let's go, Raider Nation, for life.
Absolutely.
Much respect, Raph. Come on, man.
Oh, listen. That's a smart man right there.
Bravo, my man. What a great call.
What a great call.
What a great call. So, you know what? I feel redeemed. I feel this show has now been redeemed because of Raph calling in. We're able to get the live call in here, and what a great take. I'm telling you. Hey, and you know what? Don't sleep on those dulcet tones there.
I was thinking.
I'd say it's like
he might be related to Rico.
He's right there on Rico's heels as far as dulcet
there.
tones go. That was good stuff there, Raph. We appreciate you, my friend. Appreciate you calling Raiders Fan Radio. All right, let's jump back in and hear from our buddy down in Fresno. He is Jacob.
What's up, Murf? Jeff, Michelle.
That was good.
Jacob.
That's good.
Fresno. Listen, guys, I don't have too much to say this week, but I got a friend here who does. You want to go ahead and say it? Listen up, guys. This is John Gruden, man. I got to tell you, I'm real sorry about how things turned out, man. I didn't mean what I said in the emails, but listen. Kenyon Drake, man. I know you guys, you're really sour on Kenyon Drake, but remember how great a signing that was, man? All right, maybe not. But listen, the idea and principle is pretty good, man. If you look at what's going on with the Detroit Lions, a lot of their success in the passing game is built on the running backs catching the ball, doing great things. That's why Jared Goff is doing so great this year. You don't believe me? Go check out the tape, man. But know that Dan Campbell, he's a heck of a guy, man. I'll tell you what, we're gonna need to clean up on aisle 5 with that guy. Anyway.
Jeez.
Sorry about all the years of pain and tears and sorrow.
I gotta go to aisle 5.
Hope you guys have a good week and hope AP's a guy for you. Or whoever you get. Go Raiders. I'm done. All right, thanks, John. Yeah, that was my good friend, John Gruden. Take it easy on him, Raider Nation. He's not so bad of a guy. But let's think about this. Let's think about good old Johnny Boy coming back. Not as a head coach.
No.
I do not want that guy as a head coach. But I tell you what, man, that guy, he could be an OC. Who knows? Maybe he comes back, and that's kind of how he, pays his penance, so to speak.
Nope.
He builds his way back as an OC. What are you guys' opinion on that?
No.
I don't know. Maybe you think, no, terrible, Jacob from Fresno. What are you thinking? Remember those stupid plays? You cost Barrett to have an nail on the 4th and 13? Get out of here. Yeah, I get that, too. There's some stupid play calls in there. Hey, man. Hey, shut up, John. I'm talking. We have got quite the opportunity here. I know the season's pretty much but we got a couple games left with Aidan O'Connell. We'll see how it goes. Probably not, right? But AP has got a great opportunity, man. Tell you what, you get him a good OC, maybe even the Stanford guy. I can't remember his name. What, Shaw? Is it David Shaw? I don't know.
David Shaw.
We got to get him somebody. If he goes out there and gets 8, 9 wins, we got to bring him back. Why are you not going to bring him back? All right. That's all I got time for, guys.
Nice.
Jacob from Fresno,
man.
I'm telling you, Jacob from Fresno, one of the strongest new callers that we have around here.
Solid. Yeah, you're not kidding.
Good
Love
job
it.
there from Jacob in Fresno. We appreciate you so very, very much. All right, we got one more to get to before we award the Sizzler Award, which is the best email or phone caller of the night. And let's check in with our buddy Josh down in Alabama, also known as the 703.
What up, fam? Well, we lost to my dad's team. We fucking hope we don't lose to my uncle's team. I hope our guys go out and show up for this. So, man.
Hold on. Let me do that one again. There, here we go. Sorry, I couldn't hear it cut out.
What up, fam? Well,
there we go.
We lost to my dad's team. Here's fucking hoping we don't lose to my uncle's team. I hope our guys go out and show out for this. So, man, the Vikings.
Nice. F them indeed.
Absolutely.
F all of them.
All right, Raider Nation, we appreciate everybody that joined us live here tonight. Appreciate everybody in the chat room. Appreciate all your calls, all your emails. And so we talked about the Sizzler a ton tonight. And so that duty goes to my best friend and yours over at the Eastern Annex of the Murf's Fan Cave Desk and Swag Jeff. Who is the best of the best tonight?
Oh my gosh, well, we had so many great folks. So we started off with the emails. Hooligan Nation, Joel Snyder.
Joel, shout out Joel Snyder, first timer.
For
really
sure,
cool.
man.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure, man. So Jacob in Fresno, the Raider Truth Chicken, Josh in the 703, and then the live calls, man. Jimmy Duke Raider called in, and our boy Raph, man. So tonight's Sizzler. So we're gonna take that. We're gonna split it in half. We're gonna give each a full Sizzler, one on the email side, one on the call side. So on the call side, I don't know if this may be the
Call?
Hello, Cole. Hello, Cole.
So maybe one of the first ever live calls to get a Sizzler.
Oh, yeah.
So tonight,
Oh, love it. Do it.
the live call Sizzler goes to Raph, and on the email side, Joel Snyder.
Oh, I like it.
Congratulations.
I like that. Congrats.
Yep, respect.
Mad respect.
Sizzler.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Please go 5-0.
Oh, 5-0 would be so cool. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if we go 5-0 and win this thing out? Can we just dream for a second?
Yeah, let's do it.
Can we just do it
Let's do it.
Okay, listen.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about the winnable games. And there are some, quote, winnable games. If we beat Kansas City on the road,
They're all winnable.
They're all winnable. And that's what I'm saying, is that we're all winnable when you got somebody like Antonio Pierce leading this football team, leading an inspired football team. Watch that 4-1 not even be the one against the Chiefs. Watch it be against the Vikings. And you know what? Frankly, if we're going to lose a game, I'd rather us lose a game that's not in the AFC, that's at a conference.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But like, watch this team. If we can go into Kansas City and play them, take another 14-point lead, and then freaking dominate and put our goddamn foot on their necks. And like, if there's a definitive, let me just say this, and I'm going to shut up and I want to pass it on. We're going to get out of here. Can we find some definitive wins the rest of this season? Because I'm with you, Michelle. Our playoff hopes are about dashed. But if we have a signature win against the Chiefs, if we beat the hell out of the Broncos like we know we can do, if we can beat the Chargers, if we can sweep the division on our way out of this damn thing, that fires me up and gets me encouraged.
Yeah, like every team that we will play the next 5 games, we can beat because we've shown that we have what it takes to beat them. So don't get me. Come
on, do it.
Do not 5-0. I think we have what it takes to go 5-0, not just from the heart of the team, but what we have on the strength of the team. They can do it.
Yes.
They can do it. 5-0. I said 13-4. We're going to start from this point forward. We can go 5-0. We can. Damn it.
10-7.
Telling you,
come on,
it's not unattainable, man. It's
not
not
unattainable,
at all. You know, I mean, obviously, our focus is on this week, and this week is Minnesota. They got pieces coming back.
Justin Jefferson's coming back,
man. They've decided they're gonna stick with Josh Dobbs. That dude doesn't have eyebrows, man. Let's go kick his freaking ass, bro.
Smith.
Let's kick his freaking ass, dude. He's a freaking astronaut. He's not a football player. Come on, man. Let's beat his ass, bro. But like, man, I'm telling you, man, freaking Kansas City, we've seen him bleed, bruh. And if it bleeds, we can kill it.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Come
So,
on.
like, come on, man. 5-0 is not out of the question, man. Like, let's start on Sunday,
We
man.
can do it.
Like, let's freaking kick some ass, dude, man. Like, come on. Whether we make the playoffs or not, who knows? Maybe something nice will happen. But you know what? Regardless, it's silver and black for life. It's forever.
Yep.
We need to go 1-0 every goddamn week, man. Come on. Let's freaking go,
Let's
Raiders.
go.
Come on. Come on. Let's freaking go, boys. Come on.
I don't believe you.
I believe it.
It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
That ain't true. That's not true.
Shut up, Murf.
Not.
Hey, thanks for everyone for tuning in for another episode of Raiders Fan Radio. I'm going to let Murf shout out the chat because he always asks me to do that. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So shout it out and then throw it to Michelle, pal.
All right, appreciate you, Raider Nation. Appreciate Yoshi in there. Just When Windy is in there. Paul is in there. Two kinds of Pauls in there. If you want multiple Pauls, we're the show for you. The Hooligan Nation is in there. Tony Shefford is in there. Raphael, great job on the freaking live call in there, Raph. Yep. We appreciate you. Edgar V is in there. Just When Windy is in there. Vibrator's in there.
Yeah, she is.
I appreciate it. Darn right. Hey, know about your life. Pirate 1975 is in there. So many of our good friends, Foxy Scorpio. Thank you, Raider Nation, for joining us live. And if you want to be part of the show, each and every Wednesday night, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, youtube.com/RaidersFanRadio. And if you leave a message 3 or more times we played on the show, or you leave an indefinite amount of emails, you can become the next made man or made woman.
Get made.
That's right. Listen,
Get message.
I want to thank everybody for hanging in to the very end, but I also want to remind everybody, tell your friends about this show because everything that we do just moves back to the One Nation Foundation, and that's what we're trying to push forward. We are ending 2023, heading into 2024, and we are going to try to beat the goal that we've matched for this year. So tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your daddy, your cousin, your grandma, whoever you want to tell. Tell them all. One Nation Foundation.
Tell your
that's
mama
where it's
now.
at. Mama Nim, tell them.
Tell your mama Nim.
Let's go.
Absolutely,
Also, we're winning
man.
Sunday. I don't care what anybody says. 5-0. Let's go.
Let's go.
We're 1 win away from tying our season last year, and we got 5 games to go, bro. Let's improve. Let's get this done, man. Go 1-0 every week. Come on, Raiders. Let's whip some freaking ass, man. Let's do the damn thing.
Let's
Come
go.
on, man. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter
And get your
side
Manscaped
journey
order in.
and shave your balls,
In
bro.
time for
Do your
Christmas.
thing, man. Whatever you got to do, man. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. Make this thing smooth, bruh. What happens in Vegas started in Oakland. Goodbye.
I thought we were kissing.
Now,
Are you?
Our
Wait a minute.
chickens.
Wait a minute.
I thought our
Wait,
chickens
wait,
were
wait, wait,
kissing.
wait.
Now, Keith.
No, 9.
Slow-mo.
Do I go 90? You go 10. What do we do?
No, lead in.
Now,
Oh.
Wait,
Keith.
neither one of you are on camera.
Oh, you gotta come over.
You gotta
You
go
have
one
to
camera or
be-
the other. Here we go.
Now, Keith.
Now, Keith. Oh, okay. Now, Keith.
This is the worst show ever.
Good night, mother.